Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Drafts Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, as this is a game that is of importance for Tohoku as they find themselves one back of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks in the race for the final playoff spot. We'll first give you the lineups for the visitors from Hokkaido. Leading off and playing in right field is number 66, Chusei Manami. Batting second and playing third base is number 56, Ryohei Hosokawa. Hitting third and doing the designated hitting is number 21, Kotaro Kiyomiya. The cleanup spot and playing first base is number 2, Ariel Martinez. Batting fifth in center field is number 7, Go Matsumoto. Batting in the sixth spot and in left field is number 30, Yuya Gunji. Batting seventh and doing the catching is number 64, Yua Tamiya. Batting eighth and at second base is number 58, Taiki Narama. And batting ninth is the shortstop, number 9, Takuya Nakajima. And they're going to be facing the right-hander Kosei Shoji on the mound for the Golden Eagles, who is 4-3. He's got 97 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 78 hits. He has given up 40 runs, 38 earned. He's walked 47 and struck out 83, and he's got an ERA of 3.50. Well, Chusei Manami steps in, and he's ready to face the first offering from the right-hander as this ball game is about to get underway. It's a fastball that misses outside, and we are underway at 2:01 local time or Japan time. So 1 ball and no strikes to Manami. Manami batting .268. He's got 24 homers to go with 71 runs batted in on the year. Interesting that he's got him in the leadoff spot. As that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Chusei Manami. Manami, Hosokawa, and Kiyomiya here to face the right-hander Shoji in the first inning. As the right-hander works to the set, here comes the pitch. And it's on the way. It's a fastball that misses down, but Manami couldn't hold up his swing, and that's going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defensively tonight for the Golden Eagles, from left to right field, it is going to be Shimouchi in left, the center fielder's Tatsumi, and in right field it is Okajima. And around the horn, it'll be Abe at first, the second baseman Kobakata, the shortstop Muribayashi, and at third it's going to be Ito with the battery of Shoji and Oda as that fastball misses down and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander ready to go back to work again. He holds to the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded up the middle. Fielded neatly by the shortstop, Muribayashi. Throws to first. And that is going to retire Manami on a ground out. 6-3 for the first out of the innings. So 1 up and 1 away. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryohei Hosokawa. Really nice play by the shortstop, Muribayashi, who had the range to his left, almost over the top of the bag, to field the ball and fire to first base. So that's going to bring up, as we said, Hosokawa, who's batting .192 on the year, no homers and 6 RBIs. Gets the start today at third base as the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball that misses down and away. The 21-year-old has not had a lot of at-bats this year, only 73. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. We will be scoreboard watching through the evening, as, of course, many of the games that are going on are going to impact this one. Specifically, of course, the game that will be later tonight, as there's going to be a whole pile of games. This is the early game of the NPB. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-2 on Hosokawa. Check that. 2 balls and 1 strike to Hosokawa. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in, and now the count goes to 2-2. This is the only game that's going on right now in the NPB. Of course, at the top of the hour, it's going to be the Bay Stars and the Giants over in the Central League. As the pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. Hosokawa goes in the books. He's gone for out number 2, and that's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Kotaro Kiyomiya. All the other games across the NPB will go off at 2 a.m. Pacific time, 5 a.m. Eastern. It'll be the Buffaloes and the Lions from the Kyocera Dome at the Zozo Marine Stadium. It's the Marines and the Hawks. So after this game's done, there'll be a lot of scoreboard watching going on from the Tohoku Rakuten Gold Eagles, especially if they can capture a victory. Here comes the pitch, and it is a slow breaking ball that just misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. One ball and no strikes to Kiyomiya as the pitch is delivered. It's a fastball taken at the knees, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Dragons are hosting the Tigers, and also later tonight, it is the Carp hosting the Swallows as that fastball is taken for a called strike and now goes to 1-2 on Kiyomiya. Those are the other games, as we said, that'll all go off later this evening. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander Shoji kicks and delivers a fastball that's golfed away behind home plate, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it remains. As we mentioned, after this game here tonight, we'll look to post up our schedule for the week, as we will try to get into some midweek action of NPB games. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed. Kiyomiya goes down on strikes, the second strikeout of the inning, and that's going to retire the Fighters inside, or Fighters in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board through the top of the first inning. It is the Fighters no score and the Golden Eagles coming to bat. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a few. Whether you listen live or on delay, we really appreciate you guys for being here with us. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the starting lineups for the starting lineup for the home team, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Leading off at shortstop is number 66, Itsuki Moribayashi. Hitting second and playing second base is number 0, Hiroto Kobakata. Hitting third and left field is number 35, Hiroki Shimouchi. In the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 3, Hideto Asamura. Batting in the 5 spot in right field is number 27, Takiro Okajima. Hitting 6th at third base is number 39, Yukiya Ito. Hitting 7th in center field is number 8, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Batting 8th is the first baseman and wearing number 4, Toshiki Abe. Batting 9th, the catcher, number 2, is Hikaru Oda. And they're going to be facing the left-hander, Takayuki Kato, who is 7-9 on the year. He's worked 157 in the third innings, only allowed 159 hits, 59 runs, 52 have been earned. He's walked 16 and struck out 80, and he's got an ERA of 2.97. The impressive part, at least to me, is 16 batters walked in the 157 and a third innings. Obviously, one almost every 10 innings pitched, and that is pretty darn impressive. So he is on the hill here as he's going to face Moribayashi, Kobakata, and Shimouchi to get things going in the first inning here. And the first pitch is ready to come, and it is a fastball that misses outside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Moribayashi hitting .263 on the year with 2 homers and 29 runs batted in. As Kato kicks and delivers, he's got quite the pause at the top of delivery, and it's a fastball that is taken for a called strike by Moribayashi. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty again ready to deliver and kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As we mentioned, we'll be on the air here tonight, and we'll look to see what we're going to give you tomorrow. The game here, of course, means a lot for the Golden Eagles. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. Moribayashi's aboard with a base hit single here. He's got a knock here to get things going. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. Well, for Kobakata tonight, he's hitting .251. He's got 5 homers and 34 runs driven in as he steps to the plate here to face Kato for the first time. It's a very healthy crowd on a Sunday afternoon in Tohoku. Of course, this game means a lot with the Eagles one game behind the Hawks, who are one game behind the Marines. And if they can come away with a victory in this one, it'll put all the pressure on those two teams in the next ball game that'll go off at 2 a.m. Pacific, our time, or 5 a.m. Eastern if you were on the East Coast, as the first pitch is a fastball delivered and taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Kobakata. So no balls and one strike. Kobakata waggling the bat. Waiting here on the offering from the lefty, who has come to the set position. He kicks and delivers. It's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Kobakata. Interesting that they're letting him swing the bat here. Obviously, we've seen Kobakata in the last couple of weeks. They had him in the leadoff role, and then they dropped him all the way down to the 9th spot. I personally think that the 2 hole is a pretty good spot for him because he really controls the bat well. He's able to put bat to ball. Doesn't strike out a whole lot. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined to the shortstop. They come back to first base, and it's going to be a double play. Oh, boy. He hit the ball right on the screws, did Kobakata, but he's going to line out into a 6-3 double play. And that is going to retire Murray Biashi at second for the first out. Kobakata obviously on the line drive, and then Murray Biashi back at first for the second out. That'll bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. But the words out of my mouth were, I'm a little bit surprised that they weren't considering bunting or moving him along, as that would have possibly given them momentum with Shimochi and Asamura coming to the plate. First pitch fastball misses inside, and the count is 1-0. Hiroki Shimochi. Shimochi followed by Hideo Asamura here in the last half of the first inning. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and lifted foul on the right field line, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Shimochi is slowly picking it up a little bit. He's raised his season average to 225. As he's battling here, he could really use him down the stretch. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shimochi. Golden Eagles in a green-looking top with the white pants here tonight. A little different. It's their Sunday uniforms. There's a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count goes to 2-2. Defensively for the Fighters tonight, we haven't given you the lineup for them or the alignment. It's Gunji in left. The center fielder is Matsumoto, and in right field it's Manami. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on and missed, and it screwed Shimochi right into the ground. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here as they go unconventionally 1-2-3. We'll give you the rest of the Fighters alignment when we come back in the 2nd inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 1 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 0 and the Fighters 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a bit. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. We're always glad you're here. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the order coming up for the Fighters. That means Ariel Martinez, Go Matsumoto, and Yuya Gunji. 4, 5, and 6 hitters to come to bat here. Martinez hitting .254 on the year with 15 homers and 64 RBIs. Really enjoying his first season with the Fighters, and he has expressed that he is interested in making it a long-term affair with this franchise, as he had played the first few years of his NPB career with the Chinichi Dragons. So Martinez steps up and he's ready to face the offering here from the right-hander. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up and in. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say it didn't go. That last pitch was at 94 miles an hour. The right-hander here, Shoji, showing me some things. We've seen him pitch once before, and not all that long ago, as that fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-1. But he can bring it up when he needs to from time to time. So 1 strike it is, as the right-hander ready to deliver. He kicks and fires. It's a slow breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. I have to say, I kind of like the way that the Fighters lineup is shaping up long term. And I say that because I really like the way that they potentially can roll out in another year or two. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by the second baseman, Kobakati. Throws to first. It was not the easiest of throws to receive by the first baseman, Abbey, but he does it just the same. That's going to be a ground out 4-3. And that puts Martinez in the books for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. Well, for Matsumoto on the season, he's hitting .276. He's got 3 homers to go with 29 runs batted in. He bats from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Shoji, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Last pitch was at 95 miles an hour on the gun. So a Golden Eagle with a bit of a power arm. Here comes the 1-0. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is 1-1. I do like the pace, the way that the right-hander works at. He gets the ball, and he's pretty much ready to go. He doesn't waste a whole lot of time, as he gets his sign from his catcher, Oda. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on, and it's hit foul down the third base line. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. After this game is done, we'll give you the full roundup of what we can. As we said, 4 games that are going to go off at 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern, as the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 strikes. With the other game going off at 10 o'clock. We thought about maybe doing the 10 o'clock game tonight, featuring the Carp, but we had some other conflicts that might go on after. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball that swung on. It is lifted softly into right field. Backing up on it is Kobakata, and he makes an over-the-shoulder catch. It's going to retire Matsumoto for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Yuya Gunji. For Gunji, he's batting .275 on the season with 3 homers and 19 RBIs. He steps to the plate here to face the right-hander for the first time today. Shoji wasting no time, gets his signs from Oda, ready to go to work. Waggling the bat is Gunji. Here's the pitch. That's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. This particular lineup that the Fighters are rolling out today, there's some of the regulars that we see, the regular suspects we would expect. And then there's some other players that are getting their opportunity to show what they can do as they are playing out the string. But this game here, as we said, Golden Eagles win this. It puts all the pressure on the 2 ball clubs ahead of them. They are chasing. Breaking ball again, waved out and missed. The count's 0-2. Coming into tonight's game, they're only 1 game behind the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. The Chibolote Marines are 2 games ahead of them. So a win by the Eagles tonight. If the Hawks can pick up a victory, then it'll be 1 game between the 3 ball clubs moving down the stretch here with only, depending on the team, 10 to 11 games left. There's a breaking ball that misses down low, and the count now is 1-2. So 1-2 strikes. As we say, it's a lot of fun at this time of the year, especially when there are races for positions. Both the leagues have been decided. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. But certainly, when the extra playoff spots for second and third are on the line, makes for an entertaining finish. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gunji, as he waits here on the offering from Shoji. And here comes the pitch. Fastball that just misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Gunji. Haven't looked in tonight to see if there is a NPB battle going on. I would expect on a Saturday night that there usually would be. There's a fastball that misses down, and Shoji's lost his hitter Gunji here. That's going to be ball 4, a 2-out walk. It's the first base runner tonight for the Fighters. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yua Tamiya. And for Tamiya, he on the season is batting the 000 across the board. He's got no batting average as of yet. A 23-year-old getting the start tonight. He's only had 3 plate appearances this season, and he is 0 for 3. He hits from the left side. He gets the start behind the plate tonight for the Fighters. As we said, one of the names that we're not used to seeing in the lineup as they are playing out the string. Here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is hit to the right side, fielded by Kobakata. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Tamiya. Hit the ball hard, but right to the glove of Kobakata. That's going to go in the books as a ground out, 4-3. He's done for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and there was a 1 runner left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 2nd inning, it is the Fighters 0 and the Golden Eagles 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 2nd when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in with us tonight. It is Golden Eagles and Fighters fighting for the playoffs. We'll be right back in just a few as we move to the bottom of the 2nd inning. Fighters and Eagles locked at 0s. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the 2nd inning, and it'll be the heart of the Golden Eagle batting order to come to bat. That means Hideto Asamura, Takeru Okajima, and Yukiya Ito to come, as it is going to be inning number 2 here. They did get a hit in the 1st inning. Murray Biashi was erased in a line drive double play off the batter Hiroto Kobakata. We are ready to resume the action as the left-hander kicks and delivers, does Kato, and the first pitch is a fastball. It's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Only 12 pitches in the 1st inning for the Fighters left-hander. Samura ready to wait on the offering here. He swings through a fastball, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Lefty again delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Look forward to getting the rest of this season out of the way. Approximately another 2 weeks and change, as there is a breaking ball swung on. It is fouled off over on the first base side. Count remains at 1-2. Of course, then we get into the playoffs, but there will be a lot of baseball between now and then, and we'll try to squeeze as much action in as we possibly can getting into the playoffs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And Asamura goes in the books. He's the second strikeout tonight for Kato. So 1 up and 1 away here in the second inning, and that's going to bring up the fielder Takeru Okajima. Well, for Okajima on the season, he's batting .270. He's got 6 homers and 38 runs batted in. He's been getting a lot of work this season. Arguably, maybe the best season of his NPB career for the 34-year-old. And he's doing it in the twilight of his career. Here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Okajima. We've got our friend Titus in the house, so we welcome you. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball that misses inside, and the count goes even to 1-1. Only NPB game in town right now. As we said, this game here is the only one. The bright lights are on it until the top of the hour. There's a breaking ball, a slow one that misses down and away. That was at 58 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Okajima. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Fastball swung on, grounded to the left side of the infield through the 6-hole. And Okajima's aboard with a base hit single here. So that's a 1-out single. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Yukiya Ito. Watch that last pitch, just the way it leaves the hand that comes off from the pitcher, Kato. It looks like his hand's almost underneath the ball as he's throwing it. Really leads with the elbow. If he threw harder than what it was, I'd be really concerned about his elbow in terms of his mechanics. But that is really one weird looking pitch, the way that came off of his hand. So Ito comes to the plate. Our friend God is great asked the question. He says, are you going to watch the Tigers and the Oryx, the Buffaloes, I assume, when that happens? There's a fastball that's missed for a ball. The count is 1-0. Well, I would think that's a collision course for the Japan series. If those two teams do meet the finals, we'll be there to call it. Battle of Osaka. Certainly the favorites would have to be the Tigers in that, just because of the support in the city. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's a fastball swung on, grounded to short. They go to second for 1, back to first, and it gets by the first baseman. Backing up the play is the catcher, Tamiya. That's going to be we're going to see how they're going to charge it. It's going to more than likely be a fielder's choice. They should have got 2, as that ball ended up getting by Ariel Martinez, who's playing at first base here tonight. Well, watch that again. A nice flip over to second by the shortstop. The back end of the double play, it ended up about 15 feet short, but unable to come up with it was Martinez. So he is going to reach. We'll see how the scorer fields that. I'm going to go as a fielder's choice, as that's going to erase Okajima at second. That's going to be 6-4 in the books. Will they allow Ito to be on the fielder's choice, or will they give the error to the second baseman? We'll have to wait on that one. The runner did not advance beyond first, as they throw over to first and getting back. Our friend Tice says it will be the final, won't it? The Tigers and the Buffaloes. Well, what I've witnessed certainly in the Pacific League, I think that the Buffaloes are definitely the best team. The Hawks have been floundering here lately. If the Eagles happen to get in, they're playing a little bit better baseball. The Marines have played maybe their best baseball. There's a fastball delivered. It's taken for a ball. They throw down to second as the runner's on the way, and Ito's going to be thrown out. That's going to go into the books as is caught stealing, 2-6. That is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the second inning. Well, they had no runs. They did have a hit. We're going to have to follow up if that was an error or not by the second baseman. There was nobody left aboard. We're now through 2 complete innings. Your score is the Fighters 0 and the Golden Eagles 0. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the third when we return after this. We appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. It is Fighters, Golden Eagles when we return. Nothing, everybody. We're moving to the top of the third inning and cruising right along here in Tohoku. We'll be back in 30 with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the top half of the third inning, and coming to bat for the fighters, it'll be Narama, Nakajima, and then the top of the order, Manami, to face the right-hander Shoji, who is ready to go again. Only 31 pitches so far for the first two innings for the Golden Eagles right-hander, as he's ready to go again. He rocks into the delivery and fires. It's a fastball swung on and pop foul. Going to reach the seats behind home plate, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Narama. Narama was the second baseman in that last half inning. As we said, did he make the error? As of right now, they didn't charge him with one, as there was no advancement on the play, and they did get the fielder's choice. He's hitting .236 on the year with 2 homers and 15 runs batted in, as he takes a fastball outside, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Taiki Narama. Beautiful sunny day in Tohoku for this one here, as the pitch is on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. Moving back on it is the left fielder Shimochi. Makes the catch. That's going to retire Narama for the first out of the inning. Have to say, though, Narama has got the bat flip down. He let that one flick into the air, but it was literally only not even warning track power to get to Shimochi in left field. So Narama gone for out number 1. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Takuya Nakajima. As he bats here, he's hitting .167 on the year. No homers and 2 runs batted in. Only 24 at-bats on the season. The first pitch is a fastball. He takes for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Right-hander Shoji ready to deliver again. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count now goes to 0-2. Very impressed with the right-hander tonight so far in this one. Very economical in his pitches. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, fastball is swung on. It's grounded over to third. Fielded by Ito. He fires across the diamond. Goes into the books as a ground out 5-3. So 2 up and 2 away here in the third inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Chusei Manami. Well, for Manami, he is 1 home run behind Hideo Asamura this year in the race in the Pacific League. We had Gregory Polanco, who we saw earlier in the week. He had taken over the home run lead in the Pacific. And as of right now, it is Polanco and Asamura at 25, Manami at 24. So 2 of the 3 top home run hitters in the Pacific League in the ball game here tonight. Here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Manami. Manami grounded to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1 in this one. The batting average leaders, it's still Yuma Tongu of the Oryx Buffaloes. As there is a fastball that misses upstairs, the count goes even to 1-1. The other leaders rounding out the top 5, the next 3 are all with Fukuoka. It's Yanagita, Kondo, and Nakamura, with Go Matsumoto sitting a distant 5th at 276 for the fighters. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count's now 1-2 to Manami. Lots of interesting pitching matchups for tonight as well, as the later games will go off. Yoshinobu Yamamoto goes for the Buffaloes against Ichiro Sumida for the Lions. The needle would point to the Buffaloes in that one. The Hawks tonight, classic game, Roki Sasaki and Shuta Ishikawa. I'd love to be up for that. Fastball misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-2. If I could get up and stay up for that one, I would definitely do it. I just have a feeling this one here is probably going to put us out for a standing 8 count. Unless, of course, this game gets over really quickly, we can catch a quick nap. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into left center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Fielded by Shimouchi. Rounding first and throwing on the brakes is Manami. But he's got himself a 2-out single, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryohei Hasakawa. Hiroki Sasaki against Shuta Ishikawa in a big game at the Zozo Marine Stadium. I anticipate be one of the larger crowds of the season. The other game that, of course, that intrigued us was the Bay Stars and the Giants. That goes off in about 25 minutes with Shota Imanaga and Soshi Togo. Would have been interesting to have watched that one. We may catch the end of that as we did the other night. So that is a battle that would go on there. Of course, the Giants, by mathematics, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right center field. And this ball is going to be off the wall. It is played on the hop. Rounding third and heading home is Manami. The throw is not going to be in time. That's going to be a double for Hasakawa. So all the damage here coming with 2 gone. A single by Manami and a double by Hasakawa. And that puts the Fighters in the lead 1-0. And that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Kataro Kiyomiya. So a bit of lightning in a bottle here, whereas the 8 of the first 9 hitters for the Fighters had been retired by the right-hander Shoji. And then back-to-back base hits here with 2 gone. I've got the Fighters out in front. Well, Kiyomiya strides to the plate. He is 0 for 1 in this one. He struck out his first time up. As the right-hander ready to deliver here to the left-handed hitting Kiyomiya. There's a fastball swung on, tap foul behind home plate, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Titus, who was in the stream earlier, asked us, or didn't we think that it was going to be a Hanshin Tiger battle against the Oryx Buffaloes? And in some ways, I think it could be that. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. As we said, I think the best team, obviously, in the NPB is the Tigers, but the deepest team is the Buffaloes. I said this in one of our other streams. I just think they've got just a little bit too much depth. Or how that plays out. The Koshin and it's Nikobakata field throws to first. That's going to retire Kiyomiya on a ground out 4-3. But the Golden Eagles find themselves behind the Fighters here as the Fighters had 1 run in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the last half of the third. Your score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1-0. We'll be back in just a few after this. We appreciate you guys for listening in here with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always great to have you in here with us. Hold tight. We'll be right back in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat for the Golden Eagles, the bottom third of the batting order, Tatsumi, Abi, and Oda. And we'll be back in the 30 with all the action right after this. We appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight. Hang tight. It is all locked up. Well, actually, it's all 1-0 right now for the Fighters over the Eagles. Hang tight. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat, as we said, Tatsumi, Abe, and Ota to face the lefty Kato here, who's going to be beginning his third inning of work. He has had 2 base hits allowed in this one, but he has only faced the minimum as a double play in the first inning and a caught stealing in the second has been able to shorten up his innings of work. 24 pitches for the lefty through the first 2. As he delivers the first 2 pitches outside and down to Tatsumi, and the count is quickly 2-0 to him. Tatsumi batting .268 on the year with 8 homers and 37 runs batted in. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded foul down the first base line, and the count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The lefty Kato ready to go back to work as he gets his sign from his catcher Tamiya. Now he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, grounded foul just past the bag at third base. The count goes to 2-2. Absolutely beautiful day today in Tohoku, as it is a bright sunny day. The pitcher for the Golden Eagles is wearing sleeves. We are in late September, the first day of fall, or probably second full day of fall in Tohoku. They listed at 72 degrees as the temperature is absolutely beautiful, nice and sunny as the 2-2 pitch is on the way. And it is a fastball that's swung on, and it is lined right to the third baseman, and a nice catch there by Hosokawa. Oh, Tatsumi hit the ball on the screws and right to the third baseman. He's gone for out number 1 here in the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Toshiki Abe. If we look at the 10-day forecast in Tohoku, and it's going to be beautiful days, nice baseball weather. It'll be low to mid 70s over the next 10 days, pretty much until the 4th of October. And there's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Those are the daytime temps. Overnight lows, you get into the upper 50s, low 60s. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul just past the bag at third base. And the count now goes to 0-2 on Abe. Abe hitting .253 with 4 homers and 24 runs driven in. We saw him in the series against the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, and he had some struggles in that series. Here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down. Count is now 1-2 to Abe. Once we get through tonight, we'll have a look at tomorrow and try to give an idea of what we're going to call tomorrow. There's only 5 games in the NPB, and there's a fastball that's swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. He just couldn't quite hold up to Abe, but he got a piece of it to foul it away as that pitch was up in the zone. And here comes the offering as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. Ideally, or probably, we are going to move over and do the game between the Marines and the Hawks. That game just seems to have so much more on it. The Hawks win tonight, then it's going to be they'll be all locked up. But with Roki Sasaki going tonight, who knows what's going to happen in that one? Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-2. A victory by the Marines, of course, would extend their lead to 2 games over the Hawks for the final playoff spot. As the 2-2 is on the way, it's swung on and popped up on the infield in front of home plate. Moving over in front of it is the catcher, Tamiya, and he's going to make the catch. That's going to retire Abe for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone here in the first. That'll leave it up to the catcher, Hikaru Oda. And as we take a quick peek at the standings, as we look at some of the stuff here in the NPB, as we said, it is the Marines who have got 130 games played. So they're kind of in the driver's seat on 2 standpoints. They have a 1-game lead over the Hawks and a 2-game lead over the Golden Eagles for second place in the Pacific League. And that would work out good because the home games would be at their stadium. As we said, they have 3 games in hand, so there's going to be some makeup games they'll have to play. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Oda. The question is who are the makeup games against? And we'll have to do a little bit of homework on that one to see where some of these one-off games are going to be played. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. Fielded neatly by Nakajima. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Oda for the 3rd out of the inning. Goes in the books as a ground out 6-3. So again, the Golden Eagles go quietly and in order. So no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Fighters 1 and the Golden Eagles nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back at the top of the 4th when we return. Appreciate you all for jumping in with us tonight. It is NPB Baseball. We'll be right back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 4th inning here as the Fighters will come to bat with the heart of the order. Ariel Martinez, Go Matsumoto, and Yuya Gunji to face the right-hander Kosei Shoji, who will begin his 4th inning of work. All of the runs came off the bats of 2 hitters in that last half inning. It was with 2 outs. It was a Chusei Manami single and a Ryohei Hosokawa double that knocked in Manami all the way from first base to put the Fighters up to a 1-0 lead. So we'll begin the middle frames with the middle part of the order. And we'll be back at it here. Martinez, Matsumoto, and Gunji to face the right-hander. 46 pitches through 3 innings for the right-hander for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. As the right-handed hitting catcher Martinez steps up. Average is dipped to 253. The first pitch breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. He's got those 15 homers and 64 runs batted in. As the right-hander ready to deliver again, as he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. As we mentioned, it is a beautiful sunny day in Tohoku. I wonder how that will play into the effect here, if at all. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. High skies. A lot of the players donning the eye black as well as the sunglasses. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As the right-hander holds to the belt and now delivers. There's a fastball that misses down, and that runs the count to 2-2. Shoji started to move off the mound as if he had gotten Martinez on a called 3rd strike, but that pitch was just a little bit low. It was a good call by the home plate umpire. So 2 balls and 2 strikes, and the pitch is on the way. It's a slow breaking ball that misses outside. They appeal over to the first base umpire, but they say Martinez didn't go. Running the count now full to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And as we cruise through the week, we're going to try to get all the games every single day this week. As the 3-2 is on the way, there was a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into center field. Moving over and making the grab is Tatsumi. He had to drop to a knee almost. It looked like he had a little trouble with that one. That is going to retire Martinez for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and it brings up the center fielder, Go Matsumoto. Well, for Matsumoto, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He popped to the second baseman his only time up. As we said at the outset, he is fifth in the NPB in batting average, or at least in the Pacific League. As the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count is quickly 0-1. We were looking at the batting average leaders and the home run leaders, the RBI leaders. The only two in this game would be Asamura and Manami. There's a fastball that just misses outside. The count goes even at 1-1. Kondo and Yanagita for Fukuoka. They are the 1-2 in the league. And then it is Hideo Asamura for the Golden Eagles. He is third. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 2-1. Chusei Manami is fourth. And then Gregory Polanco for the Marines is in the 5 spot. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander kicks and delivers. A fastball swung on it is grounded over to third. Fielded neatly by the third baseman Ito. He fires across the diamond. He's going to retire Matsumoto on a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder Yuya Gunji. Also looking at the leaders in the stolen base department, it's Yukio Shudo who leads the league with 32. What's impressive about the Shudo is that he's really done it in about half a season's worth of work. He really hasn't been an everyday player for the Hawks, but he has the number 1 stolen bases in the Pacific League. As the pitch is on the way, there's a fastball swung on. It is popped up into foul territory on the third base side. It is playable, and Oda is there. He makes the catch, and that's going to do it as Gunji is gone for the third out of the inning. And that is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the fourth. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score is the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the fourth when we return after this. Appreciate you all for jumping in. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the fourth inning. It'll be the top of the batting order coming up for the Golden Eagles. Maribiashi, Kobakata, and Shimauchi to get things going here. It is the earth green uniforms that they are wearing here, the Golden Eagles today, for their tops. I have to admit, I'm not a huge fan of this particular color. As when I think of the Golden Eagles, I think of the maroon with the touch of gold. And of course, the white to go with it. So this green uniform here stands out a little bit different. It almost looks like it could be at a St. Patrick's Day march. As the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Maribiashi. The Irish would be proud of the Golden Eagles wearing these uniforms today. Here's the pitch. Fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty Kato kicks, and he delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. Kato likes to do that little double pump before he delivers. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the lefty ready to go again. He kicks and he double kicks again and fires. There's a fastball swung on and it's fouled off right into the feet of the hitter, and that keeps the count at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Murray Biashi waggling the bat. I had that bug the other night that was hanging around. It looks like it was a big bug flying around by Murray Biashi's head there. And there's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We saw the game the other night, and it looked like a couple of the hitters wanted to use their bat like it was a sword. Try to scare that bug away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, as the lefty double clutches again and delivers. And it is a fastball swung on off the glove of the pitcher into center field for a base hit. So a leadoff single here by Murray Biashi. That's the second hit of his on the ball game. The third hit of the night for the Golden Eagles. So he's aboard with a leadoff single, and that brings up the second baseman, Hiroto Kobakata. And for Kobakata tonight, he is 1 for 1. As he had, check that, he's 0 for 1. He lined into the double play his first time up. He hit the ball right on the screws, right to the shortstop. Our friend Zay is cheering for the Fighters tonight, as he always does. And here's what we expected the first time up when Kobakata came to the plate. He's already squaring to bunt. Welcome Zay to the stream tonight. We thank you for popping in. As the batter Kobakata squares to bunt, we thought in the first inning that they would probably try to get the momentum, and he ends up hitting the ball in the screws to the shortstop and lining into a double play. So now it looks like the Golden Eagles are doing the sensible thing and going to try to sacrifice the runner over to second. He bunts and he fouls it off right into the catcher, and the count is 0-1. I have to tell you, it would make for way much more drama if the Golden Eagles were going to get a victory tonight here, because it'll tighten everything up between them and the Marines and the Hawks. Just makes for such more an exciting finish. That last playoff spot, it could probably go down either way. You would like to think that in some ways the Marines have the inside track. They've been in a playoff spot for pretty much the whole year. Here's the pitch. It is bunted and it's foul down the first base line. Count now goes to 0-2 on Kobakata. The Golden Eagles have played a little bit better in the second half of the year. They've played not spectacular, but they've been flirting just above the 500 mark, whereas the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks have played below 500 baseball since the All-Star break and have pretty much almost taken themselves out of the playoffs. So 0 balls and 2 strikes here to the left-handed hitting Kobakata. It's a fastball that misses down. A good block there by the catcher Tamiya. 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we said, it would have been so much more interesting if we could have had the game later tonight. Unfortunately, can't do that game with Yamamoto on the hill, or for that matter, the game with Sasaki on the hill going for the Marines. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the first base side. Count remains at 1-2. So we'll have to make that decision, but more than likely tomorrow night, it is going to be the Marines and the Hawks. Doesn't matter what the outcome is tonight. It would be great if it was, in some ways, that the Hawks could get a win, and then that would lock that one up. They'd be even Steven in the games behind the Buffaloes department. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Kobakata as the lefty holds to the set. Now he kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on, lifted into shallow left field, moving over toward the line and making the catch is the left fielder Gunji. That's going to retire Kobakata for the first out of the inning. So unable to get the runner over into scoring position as he's gone for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the left fielder Hiroki Shimochi. They've not announced the starters in any of the other games tomorrow night as of yet, but the announced starters will be Masahiro Tanaka for the Eagles tomorrow against Ito for the Fighters. That game there, of course, Masahiro Tanaka, who we saw pitch last week, did not fare very well. It's an opportunity to capture a victory for the Golden Eagles to keep them in the hunt. Fastball that's taken for a called strike by Shimouchi, and the count is 0-1. But they first of all have to take care of business tonight here against the Fighters if they want to be able to cut this closer. So no balls and 1 strike. Shimouchi batting from the left side here against the left-handed slants of Kato, who holds to the belt. Here comes the 0-1 offering. Fastball misses outside. The runner takes off for second. The throw down is in time. Oh, and Murray Biashi's caught stealing. That's the second time tonight that the Fighters catcher has fired out an Eagles runner. They're killing their own rallies. Caught stealing 2-6. Murray Biashi now out for the second out of the inning. And that is going to, we have to get the count here on Shimouchi, and we look at the replay thinking maybe the Golden Eagles would look at the replay. Nope, not worth it. He was out by a country mile at second base. That last pitch to Shimouchi was a strike as he sort of half waved at it. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball swung on and hammered foul down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes to Shimouchi. Friend Zay says, let's go. When you're pulling for the Fighters, that's the stuff that you want for sure. So no balls and 2 strikes as the left-hander works to the set position, and now he kicks, double pumps, and delivers. It is a fastball that misses way outside, and the count goes to 1-2. Kato has 2 strikeouts in his 3 2/3 innings work, but the big part for him has been the 2 caught stealing and the double play ball. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to second. Fielded on the run by the second baseman, Narama, who throws to first, and that's going to retire Shimouchi on a ground out 4-3. He goes in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. So through 4 innings, the lefty Kato has faced the minimum. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the top of the 5th inning. Your score here is the Fighters 1 and the Eagles no score. Hang tight, everybody. This game is in rocket fire fast mode as we are now moving to the 5th. We'll be right back in just a few.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out, as it is Steve Rademacher who is often in our streams, but he is not in here tonight. We'll be taking attendance and letting him know about that for sure. Top of the 5th inning, about to start. It is going to be Tamiya Taiki Darama and the shortstop Takuya Nakajima to come to bat here. They are going to be facing the right-hander Kosi Shoji, who is ready to begin his 5th inning of work. As the right-hander ready to deliver, the first pitch is a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is no balls and 1 strike. So Tamiya tonight 0 for 1. He's grounded out to second his first time up. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes to 1-1. As we said, Tamiya getting the start tonight. He only had 3 at-bats coming into tonight's ball game. He's hit that ball right on the screws to the second baseman, Kobakata. So that fastball misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. So some of the fighter players getting an opportunity to play here in Tohoku. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Or check that, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 to Tamiya as the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Now the count remains at 2-2. Another game that is now underway is in the Pacific League, as it is going to be the Bay Stars and the Giants, Shota Imanaga and Shoshi Togo. That's a tasty matchup for 2 pitchers. Fastball swung on and missed. Tamiya goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Taiki Narama. And ironically, that's only the 3rd strikeout here for Shoji, as he had 2 in the first inning. He wasn't able to retire anybody else until Tamiya here via the strikeout. So it'll be Taiki Narama coming to the bat, who is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to left field his first time up. And he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Lefty waiting here on the offering from the right-hander who kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that bounces up to the plate. The count now goes to 1-1. Ball and 1 strike to Narama. As the right-hander holds at the belt, now he kicks and delivers a fastball. It's taken for a called strike. Count goes to 1-2. So as of this point, without jinxing anything, if you have the under in this one, the first 5 innings, you're probably smelling like a rose. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Narama. But this is the 5th inning. This is where things can change suddenly. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball that's lifted foul down the right field line, and the count remains at 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes it is here to Narama. Does a good job at just flicking his wrists at it to try to spoil that pitch. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third, fielded by Ito. Throws to first, retires Narama on a groundout 5-3. It's been a busy night here for the third baseman as he's made a 3rd infield assist. Groundout 5-3 here puts the second baseman Narama in the books for out number 2. That's going to leave it all up to the shortstop Takuya Nakajima. For Nakajima tonight, he is 0 for 1. He is grounded to third his first time up. So he steps in here. They play him up on the grass. They are right in his face down there at third base. Don't want to see him bunt. The first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Shoji delivers. It's a fastball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded neatly by Murray Biashi. Throws to first. That's going to do it. It's a ground out 6-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And the fighters go in order here in the 5th. That is now 7 in a row retired by the righty Shoji. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom of the 5th inning, your score is the Fighters 1 and the Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay. It's always great to have you here. We'll be right back after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and the support you bring to the channel. In turn, we support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to go check him out and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you. Well, it's going to be the heart of the batting order coming up for the Golden Eagles, as they have sent 12 batters to the plate, and 12 batters have been retired, whether it be directly or unconventionally. One double play, a couple of caught stealings have been able to keep the Golden Eagles in check. Asamura, who is 0 for 1 tonight, struck out his first time up, as the first pitch is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to the right side, fielded neatly by the first baseman Martinez, who underhand flips it to first. That is going to retire Asamura for the first out of the inning, and he is gone in the books. And that will bring up the right fielder Takeru Okajima. So 1 up and 1 away, and Okajima strides to the plate. He has got one of the 3 hits tonight in this one. He had a single back in the second inning, but he was erased on a fielder's choice. Now, we thought there might have been an error on the play, but nothing was charged to the second baseman Narama. That should have been a double play to end that inning, but ended up getting away from the first baseman Martinez. There's a slow breaking ball that drops just outside. The count is 1-0 to Okajima. With that hit, he raised his season average to 273, as the lefty delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lefty against the lefty as he kicks and delivers. There's a slow breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As the lefty works to the set position, and now he double pumps, he kicks, and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined right to the first baseman, Martinez. So Martinez with a ground out, and now with the line drive put out. And he has made both the outs here in the inning, and that's going to leave it up to the third baseman, Yukiya Ito. So nice job there by the Fighters' first baseman. A easier play the one before, and a bullet off the bat of Okajima right to the glove of Ariel Martinez. Well, for Ito, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up, and he was erased trying to steal second. And the first pitch is on the way, and there's a fastball that just misses, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Ito to be followed by Tatsumi if he's able to get aboard safely here, as the 1-0 is on the way. That's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Kato not wasting any time in this one either. He's only at 62 pitches here in the 5th inning, as the lefty double pumps and delivers. It's a fastball swung on his tap foul over on the third base side. It's going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is here to Ito, as the lefty Kato gets a new baseball, ready to go back to work. Waggling the bat. And here comes the pitch as he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses. I'm not sure where that missed. That locked me up, and looked like it locked the batter up, the catcher up, and the umpire up, because it looked like that was strike 3. The umpire did not go up with the right hand. Here comes the 2-2. As the pitch is on the way, there's a breaking ball swung on, and it is fouled away into the feet of the catcher. That's going to keep the count at 2-2. Look at that one there. He's very fortunate to stay alive. Yes, he did. Got a piece of that one, did Ito. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty again double pumps and delivers. A fastball swung on. It is popped up, and that is on the right side of the infield. Moving over underneath it and making the catch is Narama, and that is going to do it here as Ito is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. And for those of you who are new here, the way we operated is this. It's just like a halftime show. As the bottom of the fifth inning to the sixth, they take an extended break, and so will we. We'll put the music on loop, and we'll be back in just a few. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Golden Eagles nothing. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to be going to the top of the sixth inning. As we said, it is the Japanese halftime, as we like to call it, because in the Pacific League, they take an extended break and they are cleaning the field and doing some of that stuff. And our friend at the living room says he made it in time for the Japanese halftime, the best time of the show for some folks. We'll be back in just a few as we will be bringing you all the action. Here's another one from our friend Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming back at you for a Big Bang Theory commercial timeout from Freddie. Good game calling there, Freddie. Always love listening to you. You never cease to amaze me. But let's see what we get from the cards really quick. We have Wallowitz. Hey, we have Sheldon Cooper. We have a foil card. Nice. Hey, look, it's Leonard. Another Sheldon Cooper. Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy the game. And Freddie, let's big bang this thing out of here.
Appreciate you there, Steve. The only other ball game going on in the NPB at the moment, it is the Giants and the Bay Stars, and they are locked at 0 in the second inning. There's your out-of-town scoreboard update for tonight. All the other games are going to go off at 6 o'clock Japan time, which means 2 a.m. Pacific or 5 a.m. Eastern if you're on the East Coast of the United States. So that is the information that we can provide you here. Both of these two ball clubs here, as we wait, as they're still watering the field down. It is the Golden Eagles playing for their playoff lives. They're down 1-0 in this one here. They've got to find a way to get a victory. They find themselves one game back behind the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, who are one game back behind the Chibalote Marines. Those two teams square off in just under 4 hours' time. This one here tonight, of course, is been cruising right along to this point. Both of the pitchers throwing strikes and keeping the opposition off balance. And so Shoji is just up and throwing, ready to come back into the ball game as soon as they get the repairs done and the field ready to go. The Eagles are now returning to the field, as we'll be ready to get the warm-ups and get this one ready to be resumed in just a couple moments. So hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in 30. We'll give you all the action when we return. We appreciate you guys for being here with us.
Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate your support and everybody out there. Steve again here, obviously, with the Milwaukee Brewers. Of course, we have Bernie Brewer on my favorite beverage of choice right there, along with a card of Bernie. Yay! Now, we got some special guests here. I'm not just talking about our Hall of Fame lineup. I must be in the front row. Hey, come on there, Robin. I got 3,000 hits. What do you have? Well, I was the all-time saves leader, and I got 1.5 feet on you. Okay, Raleigh, settle down, buddy. Now, none of this could be possible without Harvey's Wallbangers. There's Harvey. And who could forget the Fonz? Hey.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of the channel. And in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are ready to resume the action here as Shoji's just completing his warm-up tosses. And coming to bat, it'll be Chusei Manami, Ryohei Hasakawa, and Kataro Kiyomiya to begin the sixth inning for the fighters against the Eagles' right-hander. Shoji has just got another tune-up toss left as we are ready to do this all over again. And we are just taking a quick peek at some stuff here as we're trying to get a look at. We didn't get a chance to look at the Major League Baseball scores today, and we were checking out something earlier on. If you've got a chance, if you're on TikTok, or I don't know how it propped up, it was either a short on YouTube or a TikTok piece, and it was an apology from Vin Scully. He was about to call a game between two future Hall of Famers. The original starters were going to be Randy Johnson for the Diamondbacks against the Dodgers right-hander Greg Maddux, as both of those players were north of 40 years old. It ended up being, both of those pitchers were scratched. It ended up being a young Max Scherzer against a young Clayton Kershaw. And so if you were in attendance that game at that day, probably all ticked off. Who knew you were going to see two future Hall of Famers down the trail from that? Well, the first pitch to Manami is a breaking ball that was swung on and missed, and we are back underway. So no balls and 1 strike to him. He's 1 for 2 tonight, and he has scored the fighters' only run. He had a single in the third, and he was driven home by Ryohei Hasakawa with an RBI double, all with 2 out in the third inning. That's the only score in this one. Manami's also grounded to short. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2. Looked like he was confused on that pitch. It looked like a high school breaking ball that dropped in, or a get-me-over type of curveball from the right-hander Shoji. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander works to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Friend of the living room says NHL hockey in Australia is fun. I will be tuning into a little bit of hockey this year as I've been protesting the team that wears blue and white and plays in the big smoke. And I felt that I wasn't going to watch any playoff hockey or any hockey period unless they got to the second round. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-2. So my boycott of that National Hockey League is over. Although I was going to only watch games that were coached by Mike Babcock this year, but I guess that's off the docket as well. As apparently he is out as of a week or so ago from the Columbus Blue Jackets. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Manami goes into the books. That is going to be strikeout number 4 here for Shoji. So one gone here in the 6th. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryohei Hosokawa. And I guess the question I would have, because I'm not really paying attention, I assume that the Australians, or that they're playing a series down in Australia, the National Hockey League, an exhibition series. And I bet that would be fun. There's a first pitch delivered to Hosokawa. He squares to bunt, but pulls back for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Where are they going to play in Australia, and where are they going to get ice surface that's going to be of National Hockey League quality? I think if I am the NHL players or stars down there, I don't know if I want to be taking too many shifts. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I really like this park in Tohoku, at least on the video monitor. It was one park I'd like to get to see. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. Might have to do some KBO homework because maybe next summer it'll be the KBO to take the tour to. Go see some of the games in Korea. And there is a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 2-2. I have to say, some of the bat flips that the fighters have displayed tonight have been spot on. They're hitting maybe not so much as they've only got 2 hits through the 5+ innings. But the bat flips have been priceless. There's a fastball swung on and is pop foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the left-handed hitting Hosokawa. He waggles the bat as he bats from the left side here, and now the play has been put in by the home plate umpire as the right-hander Shoji works to the belt. He kicks and delivers. Slow breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 3-2. As we said a moment ago, Hosokawa had the double that knocked in Manami. Of course, has one of the 2 hits tonight. Fastball swung on, popped up over on the third base side. It's in foul territory, but it's playable. And Ito is going to make the catch. That's going to retire Hosokawa for the 2nd out of the inning. So 2 gone here in the 6th. That's going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Kotaro Kiyomiya. I have to say, if you're the manager, Ishii, for the Golden Eagles, you're probably really happy right now. 82 pitches from your starter so far. He's probably got another couple innings left in him if they choose to go that route. Other than that 2-out back-to-back hits, which were the only hits by the fighters, he's been on song. Fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, through the 4-hole, past the diving Ariel Martinez. That's going to be past the diving Toshikiabi. That is going to be a base hit single here for Kiyomiya. That's the 3rd hit now of the ball game for the fighters. That's going to leave it up to Ariel Martinez, who comes to bat. Well, for Martinez tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to second and flown out to center field. As he gets the opportunity to come to the plate here against the right-hander Shoji. As he steps in from the right side. Martinez waggling the bat. Holding at the belt is the right-hander Shoji. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses upstairs for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes. As we mentioned, we're going to be doing some late night stuff again this week. So hopefully you guys can pop in and join us at some point. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It misses down. A good stop there by the catcher, Oda. Two balls and no strikes here to Martinez. As we said, tomorrow, the same matchups around the NPB. And then we move over to Tuesday. And there's only 5 games on the slate on the Tuesday games. We'll have to check in to see exactly what there may be to offer there. As who would potentially bring the best matchup. Possibly the Giants and the Bay Stars on Tuesday could be something that we would entertain. There's a fastball swung on it. It's fouled off the catcher, Oda. It's going to run the count to 2-1. He's down on all fours. We'll try to get games that'll actually mean something. That Giants Bay Star game, not sure how much more time left here the Giants are going to have. If they've got to start picking it up here, they want to legitimately have a chance to get into the playoffs. They're 3 games behind the Bay Stars, so this game's a big game tonight. Need a win to catch up. Plus, the Bay Stars have a game in hand. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly to short. They throw to first, and Martinez is going to be gone. Ground out 6-3 to end the inning. They had no runs in the inning. They did get a hit to the Fighters. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th inning. The score is the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight. We'll be right back after these.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing me?
Silhouettes of you are like a taunt. Never really noticed what you want.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving now to the bottom half of the 6th inning, and it's the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Golden Eagles. That means it's going to be Ryosuke Tatsumi, Toshiki Abe, and Hikaru Oda scheduled to come to bat to face the left-hander Kato, who has been cruising along through his 5 innings of work. He has faced the minimum despite allowing 3 base hits to the Golden Eagles here tonight. He's had the help of the double play as well as the caught stealing a couple of times to help him out. Here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting Tatsumi, who swings at a fastball and fouls it off into his feet. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike as Tatsumi takes his time to get back to his feet. Our friend, the living room, is pointing out all the positive qualities of the young ladies on the stream, on the in-between. Either that or things that he looks for affectionately in the young ladies of the cheerleader variety. So no balls and 1 strike to Tatsumi as he gets himself ready to go again, and the pitch is a breaking ball that just misses outside. Count goes to 1-1. Tatsumi hit the ball in the screws his first time up, but it was a line drive right to the third baseman, Hosokawa. As the 1-1 is delivered, it's a fastball swung on and tap foul behind home plate. And the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not the most sexy matchup, these two teams, but as we said, the early game tonight, coupled with the fact that we've got some other stuff going on in the morning, allows us to get this one done. We would have preferred maybe to do one of the others. There's a breaking ball that misses down. They appeal over to the third base umpire, and up goes the right hand. Tatsumi goes down on strikes. He's out for the first out of the inning. So we get a look at that one. It was like a two-seamer. That's a really low 3/4 arm slot from Kato. And I have to say that the base umpire got that one right, as he did go around. Retires Tatsumi for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Toshiki Abe. The first offering here to Abe is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Abe popped to the catcher his first time up, so he is 0-1 in this one. As the left-hander leans in and he gets the sign from his catcher. Now he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right center field. Moving back on it is the right fielder, and making the catch is Manami, just at the edge of the warning track. Oh, Abe sent that one for a ride, just not far enough. He's gone for the second out of the inning. So 2 Eagles up and 2 Eagles down, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Hikaru Oda. Well, for Oda tonight, he is 0-1. He is grounded to short, his only time up. As I said, a very fascinating line here for Kato tonight. 72 pitches in his 5 2/3 innings of work, and he has faced the minimum batters so far, despite allowing 3 hits. So digging in is Oda as he's ready to go here. And the first pitch is on the way from Kato. It's a slow breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Left-hander against the right-hander. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses way outside. The count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As the lefty kicks and kicks again, there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Oda. So Oda behind in the count here. Left-hander ready to go as Kato kicks and delivers. Fastball. Oh boy, that was taken for a ball inside. Oda has now run the count even at 2-2. We'll get a look at that one on the replay. I'm not so sure about that. That was a pretty good pitch at a pretty good spot. He was off the hook here, Oda. And there's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats down the first base line. Well, you know what they say to the catchers sometimes? You protect me, I protect you. And so it is the catcher at the plate. So a borderline pitch to the catcher may not necessarily get him that call. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as the lefty Kato ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is taken on a hop by the shortstop. Nice play there to smother it by Nakajima. He fires to first. That is going to retire Oda. It's going to go as a ground out 6-3 as he goes in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. And we are now 2/3 of the way done the ball game here, or at least through the front 9. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We're now through 6 complete. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Eagles no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys being here. Our friend Living Room Sports says, I wonder if Paul Hogan would be a gritty forward or a stay-at-home defenseman. All questions that need to be pondered when we return. Welcome back, everybody. The right-hander Shoji has thrown 87 pitches in his 6 innings of work as we're ready to come back to the action here. He'll be facing the center fielder Go Matsumoto, the left fielder Yuya Gunji, and the catcher Yua Tamiya. So that is the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters here in the 7th inning. As he's completing his tune-up tosses, or we're about ready to resume this here. As we said tonight, 1-3-0 for the Fighters, 0-3-0 for the Eagles. Not been a lot of hitting in this game, and they have come in clusters for the Fighters as they had back-to-back hits that have generated their only run, a single by Manami and a double by Hosokawa. Put the Fighters up to a 1-0 lead. The way this game is swaying here, I could just see this going to the bottom of the 9th inning. Maybe being a walk-off or something along those lines for the Golden Eagles if they're going to win this game. They might not have the lead for any of the ball game until then. There's a fastball that's taken for a ball inside. The count's 1-0 to Matsumoto. Matsumoto, as we say, 0 for 2 on this one. Popped to second, grounded to third is 2 trips to the plate. As the right-hander holds to the belt and now delivers. It's a split-figure pitch swung on and missed, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm thinking maybe next year to do a run of the KBO games or teams to get a chance to get over to Korea to see some of that action. There's a breaking ball that misses up and in. The count goes to 2-1. Not a huge follower of the KBO, as the LG Twins are the ones that are up in front with the KT Wiz, I believe, in second in that league. And then there's a lot of other stuff that goes on below that. The NC Dinos, the Doosan Bears, SSG Landers, Kia Tigers, and of course the bottom 4 teams to go with it. 10 teams in that league, as it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Matsumoto. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 3-2. Be an interesting venue, at least to be able to go over and see how the Korean fans are, if they are as rabid as the Japanese fans are and their supporters. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, fielded by Kobakata at second. He throws to first. Matsumoto is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the 7th. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Yuya Gunji. So Gunji tonight officially 0 for 1. He's popped to the catcher and he has walked. Our friend Living Room Sports, who is pumping his fist all over the Australian exhibition NHL stuff. It's good to see that you get excited about the obscure things there, Living Room. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Gunji. The count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses, and the count now goes to 2-0. I would have thought our friend the Living Room would have been all excited for the University of Windsor Lancer victory over the Queen's Golden Gales, as that would give them a 5-0 start, first time since 1975. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Not sure what kind of NHL action there would be heading on. Probably the games, I don't know if it's Arizona and LA, if that's who's away, where they're playing. And there's a breaking ball that misses down. It's now 3-1 to Gunji. Looks like in some ways that the right-hander Shoji's tiring here. He's at 97 pitches. He's fallen behind both of the first 2 hitters of the inning at 3-1. Here comes the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. Gunji started his way to first base, but the hand of the home plate umpire went up and brought him back. So the count now is going to remain at 3-2. The catcher, Yua Tamiya, waits his turn on deck. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, fielded neatly by Kobakata, throws to first, and that's going to retire Gunji. So 2 outs here in the inning, all to the glove of the second baseman, Kobakata. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Yua Tamiya. Well, for Tamiya, he is 0 for 2. He has grounded to second, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. So he bats here, 2 gone in the inning. Again, 0 for 5 on the season, as this is his first start for the Fighters. It's a breaking ball swung on, and this is hammered foul over on the first base side. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Our friend at the living room says he wouldn't be here if he didn't like obscure sports. Baseball's not an obscure sport. And there's a slow breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Shoji looking to finish it off here. I'd be curious to see if they would bring him out for an 8th inning, the way he's pitched tonight. Why not? Here's the 0-2. That's a fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, fielded by the first baseman, Abbey, who flips it to the pitcher covering. And that is going to do it. That's going to go in the books as a ground out, 3-1. And that will do it here in the 7th inning for the Fighters. They had no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We'll do a Shoji watch in the 8th to see if he comes back out again. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 7th, it is the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1 and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles no score. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few as we are going to be going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Welcome back, everybody. It's a 1-0 lead for the Fighters. We are moving to the last half of the 7th in just a few. The crowd in Tohoku are on their feet. They're singing their songs, trying to urge their club on, and we'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 7th inning, and coming up will be the top of the order, Murray Biashi, then Kobakata and Shimouchi. We'll keep our eyes peeled. I have a feeling it is the end of the rope for the starter of the Golden Eagles, Shoji, who had gone 7 innings. Usually what happens is when the manager is up and talking to them, or the pitching coach or whatever comes over, they usually leave him alone in between innings. But as soon as we start to see that, that's generally a sign that the day is done. While Kato's day certainly isn't done, as he is back on here. Or no, we do have a relief pitcher here now for the Fighters. Kato's day is over, as they are going to the bullpen. It is going to be number 53 on the hill. This is going to be Takahiro Hasegawa, as he is going to be taking over here. And so Takahiro Hasegawa kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined to the diving second baseman. What a fantastic play, as the second baseman dives to his left. That's Narama, and he makes the grab, and Murray Biashi is going to be retired here for the first out of the inning. Oh, he's going to feel hard done by. That ball was hit right on the screws, right to the diving glove of the second baseman. That would have been Murray Biashi's 3rd hit of the evening if that would have got through. And he has hit the ball well every single time he's come to the plate, but he goes in the books for out number 1. That's going to bring up Hiroto Kobakata. Just getting the specs here on the reliever. What a great play that was. As the lefty kicks and delivers, there's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. So Hasegawa ready to deliver again, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Kobakata. Also looks like there's been some changes in the outfield. Looks like Go Matsumoto has moved over into left field. We'll have to get the updates on those when we come to the plate. So no, here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball missing down and away, and the count is 1-2. Kobakata tonight is 0-2 in this one. He lined into a double play, and he's flown to left field. I wonder how this game would have been different had he bunted or sacrificed bunted in the first inning rather than line into the double play, especially when it's a one-run ball game right now. There's a fastball that just misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. Be curious to see how that would have played out nonetheless. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata as the lefty goes to deliver again, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be looped over the head of the shortstop into shallow center field. Kobakata's got himself a single here. He's aboard with 1 out, and that will bring up the left fielder, Hiroki Shimochi. So Hasegawa on in relief here. It's only the 4th hit of the game for the Eagles. It looked like he took most guys will leave their, maybe not. I was going to say, that's why his hands fell apart. It was a broken bat. I thought most hitters will top hand release. How is it that the hitter, Kobakata, bottom hand released and the bat broke off in his hands? That's why. So he was able to still muscle that ball into center field. That brings Hiroki Shimochi to the plate. Shimochi 0-2 in this one. He got struck out and grounded out to second. As the lefty holds to the set and now delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Shimochi gets back in the box, ready to go. As the lefty gets his sign from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. And he holds set, does the lefty Hasegawa, and he flips it over to first base, and diving back in time is Kobakata. They're going to have to keep an eye on Kobakata here. He can run a bit. He's got 31 stolen bases. He is second to Yukio Shudo in the Pacific League in the stolen base department. So Hasegawa gets his sign from the catcher Tamiya as he works set. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called strike. Count now goes to 0-2. Living Room Sports says he needs some help as he's putting money on the Detroit Tigers tomorrow. I think it's Eduardo Rodriguez goes. I'm not sure who's going for the Athletics. Well, the Tigers will not lose 90 games this year, I don't think. I think they're at about 70 or 71 wins. They just need another couple of victories, and they won't lose 90, that's for sure. There's a fastball that misses, and the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Shimochi. Turning it around in the Motor City. What you shouldn't be doing is be putting money on the Motor City Kitties tomorrow. I just have a feeling the Lions are going to take another on the chin as they throw over to first base, and diving back in time as the base runner. The hype machine, which is known as the Detroit Lions, they've been all excited in that area. First time they might get themselves a playoff berth in a number of years. At least that's what the fan base believes. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty Now throws over to first base, and again getting back in time is the runner Kobakata. As I say, keep an eye here because Kobakata can run. One ball and two strikes. Hasegawa. This game has slowed down now that Hasegawa has come into the game in relief. As he kicks and delivers, there's a slow breaking ball swung on it. His pop foul behind home plate, giving chase. But watching it reach the netting is the catcher Tamiya. So one ball and two strikes. And now he ready to go back again. The runner Kobakata was moving on the pitch that time. So as we said, they have reason to believe that he will be going, and certainly that one was one of them. A ball and two strikes. Shimouchi here. I wonder sometimes if it's a hit and run or if it's a run and hit. Sometimes the runners will have the green light to do it. They throw over to first again, and diving back is Kobakata. Our friend CB Baseball Card Collector in the house. We welcome him to the show tonight. You're just in time. We got ourselves a 1-0 ball game here as we're in the bottom of the seventh inning. We might be able to get to bed at a reasonable time in this one, as the Fighters are out in front of the Golden Eagles here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Our friend CV has been flipping open packs. I think I left off at 951. It was 951 or 952. I can't remember exactly where he was. If you're into shorts, check out CV's stuff. One ball and two strikes here. As again, Shimouchi is waiting on the offering from Hasegawa as the lefty works set. Here's the pitch. They pitch out this time. There goes the runner down to second. The throw goes down. It's in time, but they've dropped the ball. And that is going to be a stolen base for Kobakata. That's going to be his 32nd of the year. That's going to put him in the tie for the Pacific League with Yukio Shudo. He was a dead man. If they could have held on to the ball, as the shortstop, Nakajima, had come over, caught the ball, and then on the slide dropped it. We'll get a look at the replay again here. He had it, just couldn't quite hang on as he applied the tag, and the ball trickled away. Our friend CV said that's 2+ years as a Rips. That is a grind. Absolutely, for sure. We've got a few extra ones to do as well. So Kobakata now the runner at second base. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shimouchi. There's one gone here in the seventh, and there's a breaking ball waved at and missed. Shimouchi is in the books. He's gone for out number 2. Slated to come to bat is going to be Hideo Asamura, but keep your eyes peeled here. I wouldn't bat an eye if they put him aboard with an intentional walk so that they can face the right fielder Takiro Okajima. Let's see what the manager, the big boss, has in mind for the Fighters. And he has come out. Now, whether he's come out to make a pitching change or whether he has come out, it looks like that is going to be the end of the night for Hasegawa. Well, we got a pitching change here on our hands, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in with us tonight. It is a 1-0 ball game. Runner at second with nobody gone. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Infuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball!
Appreciate you there, Steve. It is going to be a pitching change as the Fighters are going to their bullpen. It's going to be number 67, Takumi Yamamoto, on in relief. as he is going to be the third pitcher used tonight here by the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham fighters. And we've seen Yamamoto pitch before earlier in the year. And if I'm not mistaken, he's a bit of a diminutive right-hander who they had acquired. And I'll have to see, this is off the top of my noggin because we're just going to pull him up. I believe he was acquired in a trade with the Chinichi Dragons. But he is not a big fella by any means in any stature, but he has pitched as well this year, and that's exactly what it is. He was with the Dragons for 14 games this year before coming over to the Fighters. It's going to be his 24th appearance for Hokkaido. He's got no wins and no losses, no saves as well. He's worked 21 and 2/3 innings here in the Pacific League. He's allowed 20 hits, five walks, 16 strikeouts, and he's got an ERA of 1.66. So a far better part of his season than it was with Chinichi, where he had an ERA north of 5. So Yamamoto on in relief here, as he is going to be taking over to face Asamura. So I'm a little surprised that they're going to face Asamura, because in my books, I'd be holding the 4 fingers up and taking my chances with Takara Okajima, but that is not the case here. Looks like they are going to be facing him here with the right-hander coming on in relief. So Takumi Yamamoto ready to go. Only stands at 167 centimeters. And if I remember correctly, that had to be like about 5'7". There's a fastball, take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Asamura. So when you think of this, he's their version of Marcus Stroman, or maybe a Tim Collins who used to be with the Kansas City Royals. So no balls and 1 strike to Asamura. We welcome everybody who's jumped into the stream tonight. Ace asked the question, do you think the Golden Eagles are going to win? At the outset, yeah, 100% thought they're going to win, and I still do. They got to get this win if they want to find a playoff spot. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count now is 0-2 to Asamura. And realistically speaking, to answer that question, I don't know whose bullpen I like better per se in this one here, but certainly the importance of this ball game, the Golden Eagles chasing the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, 1 game behind in the standings, 2 games behind the Marines, with a game in hand on the Hawks. This is a must-win situation for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Yeah, they need this one bad. That is for sure. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as the right-hander delivers a fastball that just misses down and away. Count is 1-2. This is a crunch time ball game, you'd have to say. And then, of course, tomorrow they come back with Masahiro Tanaka on the mound, and they've got to get that one as well. Of course, Tanaka did not have a good outing his last time, didn't make it through the 3rd inning. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the Golden Eagles right-handed hitter waits on the offering. It's a fastball that misses down. A nice stop there by the catcher Tamiya. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And our friend Ace, who asked the question also too, you've also got kind of a B-grade lineup here for the Fighters tonight. Outside of the top 5 hitters in the order, with Gunji in left, the catcher Tamiya, the second baseman Narama, and the shortstop Nakajima. I would have said that the Fighters, who are long out of a playoff spot, are playing out the string with some of their younger guys to make some evaluations on, and this would have been one of those nights. Here's the 2-2 pitch, as the right-hander Yamamoto holds set. He checks the runner, and here's the pitch. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined into right field. This ball is going to be over the head of Manami. It's off the wall. Rounding third and heading home is Kobakata, and sliding into second. And we are all tied up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. An RBI double here by Asamura. Oh, man, that's exactly what I said. Why wouldn't they walk him to face Takara Okajima? Only the big boss would know that one. And that is evening the score up at 1. And that's going to bring up the right fielder Okajima to face Yamamoto. And the crowd is going crazy in Tohoku. Good piece of hitting by Asamura as he went the other way, driving the ball over the head of Manami. Scoring easily, Kobakata. Well, Asamura, the runner at second with 2 gone. We got ourselves a brand new ball game here in the bottom of the 7th. And on top of it, why they wouldn't have left the lefty in to face the left-hander Okajima, I don't know. So here comes the first offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So this is crunch time here. If you would have asked me earlier, I would have thought that maybe this game would have been blown up a little bit later on. And meaning in terms of the walk-off, I think earlier in the game I said it's probably going to be the first time the Eagles had the lead would be when they walked it off. There's still a lot of action to go in this one as we are in the bottom of the 7th inning. But they are starting to run out of outs, both of these teams. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Ace says, I know it's a bit off topic, but do you do commentary on the Bay Stars? Sometimes we do. Actually, I would have done it tonight. The only problem is that I wasn't sure if we are going to get a reliable feed on that one. As the 1-1 is on the way. It's a fastball that just misses outside. Count is now 2-1. We thought about doing that as well. We'll look tomorrow night to do the game between the Marines and the Hawks. And we'll try to add in some of the stuff as we move along as well. So hopefully we can add in some of the stuff. We're going to be looking at the games between the Carp, the Dragons, and the Bay Stars, as those are the important ball games. Bay Stars, if they win tonight, they'll put some more distance between them and the Giants. And you got to start thinking that the Giants are almost out of the race if they can win tonight. There's a fastball that misses, and the count goes to 3-1. Living Room Sports says off topic is his forte. Ice says, hope they can beat the Giants tonight. Well, certainly with Shota Imanaga on the hill, that is their opportunity and their big chance to possibly be able to win the ball game. So 3 balls and 1 strike here to Okajima as the left-handed hitting right fielder waits the offering here from the right-hander Yamamoto. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. There's going to be lots of room out there for the center fielder to make the grab, and that is going to do it. I don't think that's a Matsumoto anymore. There's been a shift, and that is going to do it as Okajima goes in the books for the 3rd out of the inning. But we have a whole brand new ball game here as the Golden Eagles got a run in the inning on 2 hits. There is no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the top of the 8th inning. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Golden Eagles 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for listening in with us tonight.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be Shota Watanabe coming on in relief. The rookie right-hander is going to be making his 43rd appearance for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. He brings to the mound a 7-2 record on the year with 1 save. He has worked 41 1/3 innings. He has allowed 21 hits. He has walked 16, and he has struck out 34, and he's got an ERA of 1.31. So he is coming on here in relief. And he's going to be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, or scheduled to face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the order. And that means it is going to be Narama, Nakajima, and the top of the order, Manami, to face him here. So he is just completing his warm-up tosses and will be ready to get this one back underway in just a couple moments. Our friend Ace says, hopefully the Giants can beat the Bay Stars tonight. We may do a little extra at the end of the game like we did the other night when we did the Carp and the Dragons late night last week. We gave some bonus coverage to that as well. So if you want to stick around, we will probably look to do a little bit of that, but we won't be hanging in much more past midnight Pacific time tonight, as we will check in on that game action, as well as both of those teams, the Bay Stars and the Giants, are going at it tonight. So we'll freestyle a little bit of that for you, because we're, what I would say, not necessarily prepared to be able to give you the full call on that one. So that is going to bring up to bat. Here it is Narama. He's 0 for 2 tonight, as the first pitch from Watanabe is set to be delivered. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. It moves Narama off the plate, and the count is 0-1. Narama has flown to left and grounded to third his 2 trips to the plate. As he is ready to go again is the right-hander, who works himself into the set position and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. But anything that to do with the Giants will have to be us being able to get a feed. That's contingent upon that. Not always the easiest sometimes to pick up our feeds. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on it. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats down the third base line, and the count goes to 1-2. Sometimes it is smooth sailing, and sometimes it just is flat downright hard to be able to get anything to be able to help us out. All kinds of other stuff that we are able to get, but definitely not always the games that we want. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As the righty ready to deliver, and he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to short, fielded by Murray Biashi. He throws to first. That's going to put Narama in the books on a ground out, 6-3. He's gone for out number 1, so 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the shortstop, Takuya Nakajima. And for Nakajima tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and grounded to short in his 2 trips to the plate. So he is 0 for 2 in the books. And we're going to get a check on this one. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here. And if that is correct, it is Nomura who is coming to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. And it is Nomura who is batting here. So for Nomura, as he comes in, Yuki Nomura, batting from the right side, heading the count at 1-0. The pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-1. Nomura batting .237 on the year with 12 homers and 40 RBIs. The fourth-year fighter now in the ballgame, hitting in the spot of Takuya Nakajima. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Nomura. Our friend Ace asked the question in the chat, how do we feel about the KT Wiz or on the Kia Tigers? There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count goes to 1-2. I have to admit, I don't really follow the KBO much. I was talking about them earlier on. Don't really pay a ton of attention. May try next year to get over to Korea to see some baseball there. Of course, we had done a tour of 9 games in the Japanese league, just getting back in literally a 2.5-week window. Here comes the 1-2 pitch as the right-hander holds to the set. Now delivers a breaking ball that just misses outside. Count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch just misses off the outside corner. So here comes the 2-2 offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now runs full. So Watanabe is now run the count to 3-2 to Yuki Nomura. Get the right-hander Watanabe ready to go back to work. Gets the sign, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This is lined softly and caught by the leaping second baseman, Kobakata. And Nomura is going to be in the books for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the right fielder, Chusei Manami. And for Manami tonight, he has scored the only run for the Fighters. Back in the third inning, he is officially 1 for 3. He's got a single, a ground out, and a strikeout. He's really enjoyed himself a nice season here, has the young right fielder for the Fighters. When you think of major league type prospects, Manami has to be thought of as one, or at least I do anyways. He's a young enough player. He runs pretty well. He's really developing over the last couple of years. There's a breaking ball that misses inside. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Of course, he is early on one of the more powerful hitters in the NPB as he is tied for the Pacific lead. He's only 23 years old. He went to the Yokohama High School. 4th year in the NPB. That fastball misses down. Count now goes to 2-0 on Manami. I think last year in the 2022 season, he had 14 homers. He had struck out 112 times in 296 at-bats, 314 plate appearances. He struck out more this year at 123, but he has nearly 500 at-bats. So there's been some adjustments made here by the young right-handed hitter. There's a breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. Count is 2-1 to Manami. So percentage-wise, he has cut down big time on his strikeouts. So perception here for him. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count goes to 3-1. So basically, last year, striking out well over almost 40% of the time, where this year here, he's got it down to where it's about 25% of the time. That's a big drop-off difference. Our friend Zay is fist pumping here for Chusei. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, take it for a called strike. The count now goes to 3-2. Interesting to see how it'll play out here for the Fighters over the next couple of years. I wonder how long it's going to be till they start spending some money. They've got a nice young core. They got that nice stadium. They're putting bums in the seats. Now the question is when do they start to maybe spend and bring players in? They didn't let a number of players go, either been posted or via free agency or via trade. So they're going to have to start paying some people. There's a fastball swung on it. It's grounded over to third. Ito chests it up, keeps it in front. He throws to first, and it's not going to be in time. That is going to be an error on the third baseman. I'd like to see that one again. At first glance, I think that's kind of harsh. Definitely not a home scoring for Manami. That ball there took a wicked hop. Oh, that's pretty harsh. That ball came up off the lip of the grass. He had to jump in the air, did Ito, to have to chest it up and keep it in front. And he wasn't able to get the runner at first base. Manami breaches on an E5. Boy, oh boy, it's time to take that scorer out and have a word with him. But that's how it's going to go in the books. Error 5. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Ryohei Hosokawa. But before it's Hosokawa, we're going to have a pinch hitter coming to the plate. So that is going to be a new hitter here. It's going to be number 56. Oh, no, it is still Hosokawa. Check that there. I thought we were going to get ourselves a pinch hitter. Hosokawa, 1 for 3 tonight. He's doubled home a run as they throw to first, and diving back in time is Manami. Hosokawa doubled home Manami back in the third inning. Very similar situation here as Manami had reached base with 2 out. And Hosokawa doubled over the right fielder's head in Okajima to score Minami all the way from first. And the pitch is a split finger pitch, misses down and in. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. 1-1, top of the 8th inning. Fighters and the Eagles battling it out here, as it is into crunch time for both of these teams. Eagles need the win. If they can do that, they'll close to within a half game of the Hawks, who play later today against the Marines. What a sexy matchup that is, as you've got Roque Sasaki on the mound for the Marines. Fastball catches the outside corner, and the count goes even to 1-1. And on top of it, the Eagles have a half game in hand on the Hawks. And you might ask, how is it that they have a 1 game in hand, and they could potentially have that half game beaten up? Well, when the play ties in the NPB, that can wreak havoc with the standings even a little bit more. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball swung on, grounded to second. Kobakata fields it, flips it underhand to the shortstop covering at the base. That's going to retire Minami for the third out on a fielder's choice, 4-6. He's gone for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Fighters in their half of the 8th inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were no hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Moving to the bottom of the 8th inning, your score is the Golden Eagles 1 and the Fighters 1. Looks like we're going to have ourselves yet another pitching change in the parade here by the Fighters. It is a full house here tonight in Tohoku, and we're starting to pick up the pace in our stream here a little bit as well. We'll be right back after this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. And I guess it's good news if you are a Golden Eagle fan. The right-hander Takumi Yamamoto is still in the game for the Fighters, as he had given up the tying run in the 7th inning, as he is going to be here facing the 6, 7, and 8 batters. It's going to be Ito, Tatsumi, and Abe slated to come to bat against him here. So the right-hander coming back on in relief. I guess that inning there, it would have been the left-hander Hasekawa who would have been charged with that run that Kobakata had scored, as Yamamoto had come on to face the right-hander Asamura, who doubled off the wall against him. So Yamamoto has completed his warm-up tosses, but it looks like that's going to be it. So he's come out, he's thrown his warm-up tosses. I don't think I've seen that before. Now we're going to see a left-hander coming in. So, boy, I haven't seen that. So you come out and you start your warm-up, your tune-up tosses, thinking you're coming in. And then you get hooked out of the ball game as the big boss is bringing them back. And it looks like that's because that they are going to a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Daichi Suzuki coming in. So Daichi Suzuki has been announced as the pinch hitter. So now they are going to a left-hander. Here are the Fighters. It's going to be the 3rd left-hander they've used to the day, as Kono is going to take to the hill. So Ryusuke Kono coming in. He is making his 45th appearance of the year. He's got a 1 win and 4 loss record. 36 and a third innings, 23 hits allowed. He's walked 8 and struck out 30, and he's got himself an ERA of 1.98. So Ryusuke Kono now in the ball game here on in relief of Yamamoto. And interestingly enough, Kono, as we say, was taking over the 3rd lefty here out of the 4 pitchers used by the Fighters, as we are going to get rid of Yukiya Ito. Ito, of course, made the error in the last inning. And on the evening, he was 0 for 2. So with the veteran Suzuki coming off the bench, we'll see how he fares tonight. He did have a base hit in last night's ball game and was able to knock in a run. So we'll see if he can bring that with him here tonight. Suzuki, Tatsumi, and Abe slated now to come to bat. Suzuki on the season batting .246 with 4 homers and 23 RBIs. And the first pitch from Kano is ready to be offered as he kicks and delivers a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Bottom of the 8th inning here, as there is not a lot of time left in this one between these two ball clubs. Something is going to have to happen here. They're going to need to get a run to break the deadlock, and the pitch is on the way. It's a fastball swung on, grounded to the right side, through the 4-hole into right field, and Daichi Suzuki is aboard with a leadoff single. So he is aboard here, and that's going to bring up the 7-hole hitter in Ryosuke Tatsumi. And the crowd in Tohoku is cheering wildly. The green earth jerseys are paying off here for the Golden Eagles. So that ball had eyes. He snuck that through into the 4-hole. And one would have to think that Tatsumi is going to be bunting here, and that's going to be the end of the night for Suzuki as he gets all kinds of high fives as he comes back to the dugout. Be a pinch runner over at first base, and we'll get that spec for you here in just a moment. That is going to be number 34 for the Golden Eagles coming on to run. That looks like it is the Tsuyoshi Yamazaki. So Tsuyoshi Yamazaki, it would be presumed he'll go in to play third base. But he is the runner over there at first right now, and I would have to say as they throw over to first base, Tatsumi's got to be probably squaring to bunt here. It would be a big mystery if he is not squaring to bunt. And here comes the offering from Kono. He does square, and he pops it foul. This is the second time I've seen Tatsumi bunt or try to bunt here in the last week or so. He did not look good doing it the last time when we saw them play the Hawks, and now he is trusted to try to do it again here, and he can't find a way to get it done. So no balls and 1 strike. Runner at first is Yamazaki. Nobody out here with the batter at the plate, Tatsumi. He bunts it, and he bunts it off foul, right off his face. Oh boy, that's gonna wake you up a little bit. He's going to need a moment here. He's very fortunate that didn't catch him somewhere else. Let's see that one again. It came right up and came right up under. It looks like it hit him in the left jaw. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. Saw that. It reminded me when Max Scherzer was bunting in, I believe, Tampa Bay, and he bunted one into his nose, broke his nose. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty holds to the set, now delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ryosuke Tatsumi. That would drive me crackers. If you're up there to bunt, you got to get the guy to get the job done, and you foul one off your face. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty works to the set. Checks the runner at first. And instead, he throws to first, and diving back barely in time is Yamazaki. Oh, I think they thought they had him picked off. Like Yamazaki was leading the wrong way. He was just able to get back in time. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Tatsumi. As the lefty leans in, he gets the sign from his catcher. And now he works set to the chest. Here we go. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses down, and the count goes to 2-2. So they've called the bunt off here for Tatsumi. With 2 strikes, I certainly would bring a chuckle to a lot of the players' faces. And, of course, empathy and, of course, support for their teammate when you see that happen. So here comes the 2-2. As the lefty now kicks and delivers. Fastball misses inside. They appeal over to the third base umpire, but they say Tatsumi didn't go. It runs the count to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Toshiki Abe is the one who waits on deck. As we are in crunch time here, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning. Runner at first, nobody out. Now Tatsumi has asked for time and he steps out of the batter's box. And the lefty Kano ready to go back at it. So he leans in and he gets his sign. So here we go. Here comes the offering. And again, he throws over to first base. And again, diving back in time is Yamazaki. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kano ready to go again as he works to the set position. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. There goes the runner down to second. The throw. It's in time, and it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out double play. That's the 3rd time tonight that the Golden Eagles have tried to steal second base, and they've been hosed. Another great throw there by the catcher, Tamiya. Oh, what a job that was. So Tatsumi in the books for the first out on the strikeout. And the runner, Yamazaki, hosed at second base. That's going to go caught stealing 2-6 for the second out of the inning. If you're a Fighters fan, you just pumped a fist. That's going to leave it up to Toshiki Abe. Oh, boy. Manager Ishii tonight. 3rd time tonight. Somebody's been caught stealing. And here comes the first offering from Kano. It's a slow breaking ball that drops in on Abe for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. As we said after this game, we may try to see if we can get the Giants and the Bay Stars. Not sure if that's going to work out. We tried it earlier on. And it doesn't look like there's much of anything that we can get, although I have to say there it looks like we were able to get in there quickly and Okamoto got thrown out at the plate. Or did he? No, there he was safe at the plate. The Bay Stars manager wants to go upstairs and have a look at it. Interesting there. We turned it right in there at time. There's a pitch that comes inside on Abe. Looks like he's fouled it off himself. But if we can give you some of that information or some of that stuff in a bit, we would look to do that. It looks like there's some stuff going on. We would give you the call of the Bay Stars and the Giants for a little bit after this one, as they are giving the first 5 innings. Which actually was a highlight there as we were looking at some of the stuff. So we would keep our eye on that. So Abe is going to get himself back up here, ready to go again, as he needed a couple of moments there to collect himself. It is a 3-0 lead for the Giants. That game is in the bottom, or completed after the bottom of the 5th. They're moving to the top of the 6th in that one. Giants and Bay Stars. So Abe at the plate here as the lefty Kano ready to deliver the 1-2 pitch. He rocks into the windup. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2. Hikaru Oda waiting his turn on deck. Should Abe reach safely? So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Abe here waiting on the offering from the lefty Kano, who rocks into the windup. He slowly double pumps and he kicks and delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Abe trying to find a way on base here to keep this one going here for the Golden Eagles. They had an opportunity and couldn't make it happen. Good old strike him out, throw him out, is put them in the hole. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded, past the glove of the third baseman into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Abby's aboard with a 2-out single. And that's going to bring up the catcher, or scheduled to bring the catcher Hikaru Oda to the plate. So the veteran first baseman of the Golden Eagles able to hit that ball through the left side of the infield. And that is going to bring up Hikaru Oda. Well, for Oda tonight, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded to the shortstop both times he's come to the dish. We'll see what they have here. We've got first baseman Ariel Martinez giving Abby a good old pat on the back. I do believe that they were probably teammates at one time. So that brings up Oda to the dish. He is, as we said, 0 for 2 tonight. Clutch situation here for the catcher. And the first pitch is a fastball that is taken for a ball. Ball one. That pitch looked pretty darn good. I think that the catcher at Oda here, or who's hitting, I thought he thought that was going to be a called strike. I think he wanted that pitch back. The home plate umpire did not go up with the right hand. So 1 ball and no strikes it is. Just the reaction of Oda was entertaining. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and tapped foul over on the third base side. Count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike to Oda as he waggles the bat, waiting here on the offering from the left-hander Cano. Here's the pitch. Fastball down. Good block there by the catcher Tamiya, who keeps it in front. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Oda. And on top of the fact that we'll try to get over and call a little bit of that game, as we said, it's going to hinge on the timing of this one. If this one ends up getting into extra innings, then that may not be the case. So here comes the 2-1 pitch as the lefty Cano delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up over into shallow right field. Coming in on it is Manami. He's got the space in the room. He makes the grab. Oda retired for the 3rd out of the inning. It's going to do it here for the Golden Eagles. Well, they got no runs in the inning. They had 2 hits. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 8 complete. Your score is the Golden Eagles 1 and the Fighters 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. Appreciate you guys for being with us here tonight. It is all locked up at ones. Hang tight. We'll be back in a few.
Steve here from outside his refrigerator that a lot of you like so much. So let's go inside. There's my hot sauces and other stuff. Let's see what we can do here for Freddie. Awesome game, Freddie. Keep up the good work. We love the baseball. So why don't we rip open Garbage Pail Kids just for you and the listeners. Large Marge, she belongs in the fridge. Liberty Libby, well, she belongs down here on the beer. Apple Corey, he's pretty cool. Put him on that beer up here. And Target Margaret. All Series 3 Chrome Garbage Pail Kids. Freddie, back to you in the game, and everybody else, please enjoy everything he does and tip him nicely.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the closer coming in for the Golden Eagles. It's not a closing situation, but it's going to be Yuki Matsui, the left-hander. He's bringing a 1-3 record to the hill. He has 37 saves on the year. He is going to be making his 54th appearance. He's got 51 1/3 innings under his belt. He's allowed 36 hits. He has walked 11 and struck out 67, and he's got an ERA of 1.58. So it is going to be Matsui on the mound in relief here, and he is going to be facing the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat for the Fighters. It is going to be Kiyomiya, Martinez, and Matsumoto scheduled to hit here in the top of the 9th inning. I often wonder about closers in non-closing situations, what their mentality is like and what their mental state would be like. We're going to find out here. Our friend Living Room says both teams deserve to lose this game. Well, we're going to find out right now. Certainly the fighters have had their slim opportunities. They've taken advantage of the few ones they've had to put that run up on the board. But the Golden Eagles have certainly tonight had put themselves into a difficult situation. They've had a double play ball. They've 3 times tonight were in a situation where they had a strike them out, throw them out in a caught stealing situation, or maybe just a plain throw them out. So 3 times would-be base stealers have been caught. So Kiyomiya comes to the plate, who is 1 for 3 in this one. He's raised his season average to 254. 15 homers and 64 RBIs for the designated hitter for the Fighters. As he steps in here, ready to face the lefty for his first offering here tonight. So Yuki Matsui is sometimes can be a bit of a roller coaster when he comes on in relief. Here comes the first pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike on the outside corner, and the count goes to 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The lefty working to the set position. And now he's ready to go again. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. He kicks and fires. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kentaro Kiyomiya. Lefty Matsui again working to the belt. And he's ready to make the offering. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. The count goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The other question is, if this game goes extra innings, would the Eagles continue or entertain bringing Matsui in for a second inning of work? These 2 teams are going to go head-to-head again tomorrow night. Obviously, Tohoku needs to get a win. It would be I don't know if it would be in their favor to pick up a tie here tonight if they ended up going 12 innings. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kiyomiya. A tie, of course, would get you a half game in the standings on the team ahead of you. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, the Eagles have a game in hand on the Hawks. Marines have a bunch of games on hand on everybody. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. As the lefty kicks and fires, fastball swung on and missed. Kiyomiya goes in the books for out number 1. That's a strikeout for Matsui. That's number 68 on the year. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Ariel Martinez. And for Martinez, he is 0 for 3 in this one. He's grounded to second, grounded to short, and flown to center. Has 3 different trips to the plate. So the lefty Matsui ready to deliver the first offering here to Martinez. It's a first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count is 0-1. Pitch was outside and down and away, and he went after it. Wasn't able to catch up to it. So no balls and 1 strike to Martinez. I wonder if you're going to get something soft here in this delivery to get his timing out of rhythm. Here comes the pitch. 0-1 on the way. Fastball again, swung on and tapped foul over on the third base side. That last pitch was at 87 miles an hour. So no balls and 2 strikes to Martinez. Looked like that Matsui had taken a little something off that pitch. So here comes the 0-2 offering as Matsui works to the belt. Martinez waggling the bat. As the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball, take it for a called third strike. Oh, Martinez looking for something different. Wasn't expecting fastball on the outside part of the plate. Taps himself in the head as he walks back to the dugout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to bring up the center fielder and Go Matsumoto. And for Matsumoto, he's 0 for 3 in this one. Brent Titus back in the house. We appreciate you there, Titus, for jumping in. Matsumoto's seen his average dip to 275. He's popped to second. He's grounded to third and grounded to second. And the first pitch is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner for a ball. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. The lefty, Matsui, ready to go back to work. He works himself to the belt. And now he kicks and he fires a fastball that swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the first baseline. The count's 1-1. Only 10 pitches so far for the Tohoku lefty. That's why I bring up the question, will he come back out for a second inning of work? They would need him for tomorrow night, potentially, as they have the Hawks they have the Fighters again. Do you want to keep him for a winning situation, or do you need him to close out something here? Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count goes to 1-2 on Matsumoto. I had to wait there for a moment because the home plate umpire is a little bit slow going up with the right hand. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. Lefty Matsui getting his sign from his catcher Oda as he works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. And he kicks and delivers. And it's a breaking ball swung on, top foul over on the third base side. Count remains at 1-2 to Matsumoto. It's going to be the top of the order to come to bat for the Eagles in their 9th inning. So they're going to be sending arguably their better hitters to the plate. It'll be Murray Biashi, Kobakata, and Shimochi. You would have to think there could potentially be a run in that part of the lineup. Will it be a sayonara ninth? Well, we're going to find out in a few. Here comes the 1-2 offering as the lefty Matsui works to the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. Fastball misses up and in, and the count goes to 2-2 on Matsumoto. Soxy Beats asked the question, who do you see taking the lead and winning this hard stressing game? Well, has to be the Golden Eagles. There's so much for them on the line here. They win tonight. It's all the pressure on the Hawks and the Marines for later this evening. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. But you always have to worry about teams that have nothing to play for. And I said that earlier, where you've got the Fighters with basically 4 players in the lineup, or at least in the starting lineup tonight, that were what I would call not regulars. And when you have younger players in the lineup, they're playing hard, trying to impress. They're trying to run out that ground ball a little extra hard. And in doing that, it can be like playing against a wounded bear. They can do a lot of damage. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 3-2. Always have to worry about teams like this. They got nothing to lose. They're already out of the playoff hunt. They're playing for jobs. They're playing for their own positions for next year to cement what they can show to the Fighters brass. On the flip side, the Golden Eagles have got to win the game, and there's a little bit more tension on that side, especially when you're on the outside looking in. It's hard sometimes to play when you have to win. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. This is line foul. It's going to reach seats down the right field line, and the count still is 3-2. This is going to be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. So the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and Fighters all deadlocked at 1. The lefty leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher Oda. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. And he kicks and delivers. Fastball again, swung on and fouled away down the right field line. Count remains at 3-2. So this is one of those marathon at-bats. This is what we've pointed out with Matsui in the past. He'll have these one at-bats in the inning that just ratchets his pitch count right up. The first 2 batters that he struck out, he was able to get the first 2 batters on 8 pitches. And here we are to Matsumoto, and he's already on pitch number 10. Or pitch number 10 is about to happen. As the lefty works to the belt. And the 3-2 is on the way. He kicks and delivers. Fastball misses inside. It's going to be ball 4, and it's a 2-out walk here for Matsumoto. He's going to be aboard, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, or scheduled to bring up the left fielder, Gunji. I do believe Gunji is out of the ball game, if I'm not mistaken. So Matsui, the closer, loses Matsumoto, who can run a little bit. So you got to be concerned here. So that is going to put the runner Matsumoto over at first base. 2 gone here in the 9th. And we do have a pinch hitter coming up the bat here, and we'll get you that here in just a moment. It looks like it's going to be number 61, Yuma Imagawa. He's batting 200 on the season, no homers and 1 RBI. So he is coming on here to pitch hit for Gunji. He bats from the right side against the left-handed throwing Matsui. Here comes the first offering. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Golden Eagles and Fighters locked at 1 here in the top of the 9th inning. The runner at first, Matsumoto, 2 gone. Pinch hitter Imagawa at the plate. The lefty Matsui working to the belt. He checks the runner over at first. Here comes the 1-0 offering. As he kicks and delivers, fastball swung on, popped up foul. That is going to reach the seats over on the first base side. That's going to run the count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. It was a beautiful day for a ball game, as it is starting to get a little bit on here. The game started at 1 o'clock. It is now approaching 4 in the afternoon. The sun is starting to fade a little bit. Shadow is getting a little bit longer on the field. Some of the portion of the field, it is now in the shade. As the 1-1 pitch is set to come. Here is the offering. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Throw down to second, not in time. So that is going to run the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Imagawa. A stolen base there by Matsumoto. That's going to be his 12th of the year. He's got himself into scoring position. So the Fighters still fighting here. The throw that time by the catcher Oda, not a good one, as it was up the line toward up the right field side of second base. The second baseman Kobakata had come over to field the throw, and then it was like he had to go backwards to have to make the catch. It was a tough play for him. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Imagawa as the lefty holds set. Wouldn't be surprised to see Matsumoto take off again. Here's the 1-2. Fastball down. Nice stop there by Oda. The count is 2-2. The way Matsumoto is bouncing around at second base, I wouldn't be bat an eye if he's going to take third. Two balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty Matsui battling away here. As we said, he got the first 2 outs with relative ease on 8 pitches, and now it is a battle again here with the pinch hitter Imagawa. The lefty leans in, he gets his sign, and now time has been called as the batter has stepped out. Looks like he may have had something in his eyes. He nods to the home plate umpire and thanks him for giving him the time. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I don't know when this has come in vogue where somebody asks for time and then they apologize to the pitcher. Been seeing that a lot in Major League Baseball. Used to do that to disrupt the pitcher. There's a fastball swung on and missed. Hamagawa screws himself right into the ground. He's gone for the third out of the inning. Matsui strikes out the side. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 9th inning. Your score is the Fighters 1 and the Golden Eagles 1. It'll be the top of the order coming up to bat here when we return. Stick around with us. We'll see what the Fighters are going to do as they are going to the bullpen, it would look like here. We'll be right back in just a few, everybody. Appreciate you guys for being here with us tonight.
Oh, hello. Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in, check them out, leave a like, tell other people. But, Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a right-hander coming in relief. It is the 28-year-old Takahita Ikeda who is coming into the ballgame. The one-time Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagle is in his 3rd season with the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. He is 1 win and 4 losses. He has worked 48 innings. He has allowed 30 hits, 12 walks, 42 strikeouts, and he's got an ERA of 2.81. And he is going to be facing the top of the order in Muribayashi, Kobakata, and Shimauchi, as the Golden Eagles are going to try to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. So Takahita Ikeda, the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Golden Eagles, or by the Fighters. So we were looking at maybe giving a call of the game between the Giants and the Bay Stars, giving a little bit of extra of that, but I think that's going to be washed tonight. As I said, the witching hour for us on that one would have been around midnight. But we are going to obviously call the rest of this one out because we are here. But that is going to be the top of the order here. So Muribayashi has hit the ball hard every time tonight. He's 2 for 3. He's got a couple of singles, and he has aligned to second base. The first pitch is a fastball taken right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. So no balls and 1 strike it is here as the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Right-hander against right-hander. Ikeda kicks and fires. It's a split-finger pitch missing down, and the count goes to 2-1. The Golden Eagles need is a base runner here in this situation. They got to get their leadoff guy on. Then you got to think Kobakata would be bunting. And then they were going to have cracks to get him home with the 3 and 4 hitters. It's the type of spot you want to be in. So 2 balls and 1 strike here to the leadoff hitter. The right-hander fires. It's a fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. Count goes to 2-2 to Muribayashi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moribayashi waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from Akita. As he has the ball in the set position. And now he's ready to make the offering. He kicks and fires. Fastball misses off the outside corner. Good take there by the shortstop of the Golden Eagles. That's going to run the count full. It was a good spot there as well by Akita. He did hit his spot as the catcher, Tamiya, set up outside. Nice pitch, good location, but now he's going to have to go right after the hitter here. So Moribayashi ready to go again. Waggling the bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch is on the way. Fastball. Take it for a called third strike. Oh, I don't know what Moribayashi was looking at. I think he was wanting. He started his walk to first base, and he gets hooked back there pretty quick. He's gone for out number 1 here in the inning. Watch that one again. Pitch had a little bit of backdoor run right at the knees. So he's in the books for the first out. That's going to bring up Hiroto Kobakata. Oh, I don't know what you're looking at there. That's a pitch you dream about at night. So Kobakata tonight is officially 1 for 3. He's lined into a double play. He's flown to left, and he has singled. He's also stolen a base and scored the only run for the Golden Eagles, as there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. With Kobakata's stolen base there in the 7th inning, it gives him 32 on the year, and he's tied with Yukio Shudo for the top spot in the Pacific League. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. Count goes even at 1-1. Golden Eagles trying to close it out here in the bottom half of the 9th inning. Game is all locked up at 1. The right-hander Akita gets himself a new baseball, and he's ready to go to work again. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Kobakata. As it's on its way, it is a fastball swung on and missed. That was of the split finger variety. 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. That pitch there, interesting, the split finger delivery on that one, as his hand was kind of a low 3/4, so it had a little different look than your typical 12-6. But he's able to induce the swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. Another split finger pitch, misses down, peel over to the third base umpire, but they say that Kobakata didn't go. And the count now is 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're ready to go back at it again. Kobakata getting himself dug in. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Akita. Crowd in pretty good form here in Tohoku tonight. Here's the 2-2. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 2-2. They need a runner somehow to reach base here. But certainly another way to end it is a ball into the seats. So Akita here ready to go. 2-2 pitch to Kobakata as he works himself to the belt. And now the pitch on the way. Fastball that misses down. It's going to be 3 balls and 2 strikes. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Hiroto Kobakata. He's worked himself full into a full count. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat ready to come here. Kita working to the set. Kobakata ready to go. He's got pretty good bat-to-ball skills, and the pitch is on the way. Fastball swung on. This ball's hit. 1 hop to the shortstop. He bobbles it. The throw to first, it's not in time, and that is going to be a safe call here for Kobakata. We're going to get to see. They are going to rule it an error on the shortstop. And the big boss, Shinjo, wants to see that on the replay. I don't think you're going to win this one. Narama, the shortstop, who is now over in that position. He started the game at second base. They're going to go up and have a look at this one. We're going to look at it ourselves, but I think they got the call right the first time. It's going to bring up Hiroki Shimouchi to the plate, but we're going to wait here as we got the pause as their umpires are going underneath to the hoods. We're going to look at it here. That ball was hit, kept it in front of them pretty good, and I think they're wasting their time. Good call by the first base umpire. Wasn't even close, wasting the time here at this point for the challenge. This is going to be a quick one would have to think. I can't see them looking at multiple replays in the tunnel. So Narama gets charged with the area, and oh yeah, here they come. That's the quickest safe call we've seen in a while. That's one challenge in the books. So Kobakata safe on the air at first base, and it brings up Hiroki Shimouchi to the plate. Shimouchi tonight 0 for 3 in this one. Struck out twice and is grounded to second. The crowd is in pretty good form as the Eagle fans wearing their Earth Day green shirts to complement their players who are doing the same on the field. Shimouchi here at the plate, ready to face the offering from Ikeda. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball that misses down and in. And the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. A little surprise still in there. Got to keep an eye, though, on Kobakata. He can run. And as we said, he had his 32nd stolen base to put him into the tie for first place in the Pacific League in his last time he was up. So 1 ball and no strikes here. Also, you got Shimouchi at the plate, who can also put a charge into the ball. Pretty good bat-to-ball skills. Maybe not so this year as much. There's a fastball swung on, grounded foul on the first base side. Have to see there if the runner was in motion, but I don't think he was. Pitch was up around the eyeballs. Not characteristic of Shimouchi to be taking hacks at that pitch. Lots of changes for the fighters as they moved Hosokawa from third to second. They had moved the second baseman Narama from second to short. And they do have Yamada in at third base as he has come in for Yuki Nomura, who had pinched hit for Nakajima. And there's a fastball that's delivered to Shimouchi. This ball swung on. It's hit the deep right field. This ball's trouble. Moving back onto the warning track is Manami. And this one is gone. A home run for Shimouchi. He's going to walk it off here. A 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th inning. And we've got a sayonara home run as Shimouchi has delivered his 7th home run of the season. And nothing has come bigger than that one, than that 2-run shot here. Your final score is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles 3 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1. Unbelievable, everybody. They walk it off here with a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the 9th. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the wrap-up after this one. Unbelievable. What a great finish as the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles have picked it off as a score of 3-1. We'll be right back with all the wrap-up, and we'll maybe give you a little bit of the Bay Stars as well as the Giants. So stay with us. We'll be back in a few.
Good evening, sports fans. I hope you all have been enjoying the game. This is just another message from another Hollis build. I hope that your team is in the lead, but if not, remember, that's life. That's what all the people say. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. But you know I'm gonna change that tune. When I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. And as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on my team. But I don't let it get me down. 'Cause this fine old world, it keeps spinning around. I hope you enjoy the rest of the game. And if it remains the same, remember, that's life. You want your fill? Go check another Hollis build on YouTube. Last Raps Baseball. Let's get back to the game. Let's go! You know that's life. You know it. One love and peace.
Welcome back, everybody. What a way to end this one here tonight. We'll give you the recap, and then we're going to go and see if we can look in a little bit on the Giants and the Bay Stars. So stick around with us. We'll see if we can grab a feed for that and give you a little bit of extra here tonight before we shut it down. First of all, the scoring began in this game. It was the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters in the third inning. With 2 out, it was a Chusei Manami single, and then a Ryohei Hasakawa double knocked him home with 2 gone to score the first run of the ball game. And the Fighters were up 1-0. Well, it was all Eagles after that. The Eagles in the 7th inning with 1 gone. It was a Hirota Kobakata single. He stole second base, and then with 2 out, Hideo Asamura smacked him home with a double to tie the ball game at 1. And then we went to the 9th inning. It was with 1 out. Hirota Kobakata reached on an error by the shortstop, Norama, and then up stepped Hiroki Shimochi with his biggest home run of the season, number 7. A 2-run shot to walk it off against the Fighters. Your final score, the Golden Eagles 3 and the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters 1. We also said there was only one other game going on in the NPB tonight, and that, of course, is your game between the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars against the Tokyo or the Yomiuri Giants. We're going to try to see if we can pull up a feed for that fairly quickly. If we can get you something, we'll give you a little bit of action on that. And unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be able to get you guys a feed, but we're going to try to here. And if we can, we'll give you a little bit of the live look in as well on that before we sign off. And if not, then we are just going to have to wave the white flag and call it a night. Sometimes we can get the Giants feeds and sometimes we can't. But it looks like here we're going to be able to. So if we can, then we're going to give you guys the action here, at least a little bit. A little bonus before we call it a night tonight. It was Soshi Togo on the hill as he is facing Shota Imanaga. Looks like Togo is still on here for the Giants in this one. And so we will give you the action as we can continue. He's just completing some warm-up tosses. We are in the top of the 8th inning. The Giants have a 3-0 lead. Check that bottom of the 8th inning as they have a 3-0 lead. And we'll get you who is coming up here for the Bay Stars in just a moment. It looks like that they are going to be sending up. It'll be scheduled to come to bat Soto, Yamamoto, and Hayashi. So as the lights have not really come on yet, as the sun is just starting to go down in Yokohama, the Giants definitely need this as a win. So Soto is striding to the plate here, ready to face the right-hander Togo. As the right-hander rocks into the motion and delivers the first pitch as a breaking ball, swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. Soto on the season tonight when he entered into the ball game was only hitting, he's hitting 236 now on the season. He's got himself 13 homers and 46 runs driven in. Togo rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on his tap foul over on the third base side. So as we are in the 8th inning, Togo isn't even at 80 pitches yet. So here comes the offering now to the right-handed hitting Soto. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And that was quick work of Neftali Soto. He is down on strikes. 3 pitches, and just like that, 1 away in the books. That's going to bring up the catcher, Yudai Yamamoto. Well, Yamamoto entered the ballgame tonight, the 6-year veteran, hitting 280, 3 homers and 15 RBIs. As we said, bonus coverage here between the Giants and the Bay Stars, as we'll give you a little bit of a look in here. Bay Stars down 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th. And the first pitch is a breaking ball swung on, grounded through the 4-hole into right field past the diving glove of the second baseman. And that was Yoshikawa, who just couldn't quite get to it. Base hit here for the Bay Stars. As we mentioned, we'll hang around here for just a little bit before we sign off on this one. Thanks for sticking around with us, everybody, tonight. Those of you who've listened in, and we appreciate everybody else who's joined the channel as a subscriber as well, and this one here tonight. So that is going to bring up the shortstop Hayashi, or scheduled to bring him up, as it is the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. This is Takuma Hayashi, who is batting here. The rookie who gets the start tonight entered the ball game hitting .205. It looks like we have a pinch hitter moving into the on-deck circle, and the pitch is a fastball swung on. It's lined into the netting, foul down the third base line. Counts 1-1 here to Hayashi. No homers, 9 RBIs for the rookie. Not much pop in the stick at this point in his career. He is 23 years old. Pitch on the way, fastball taken for a called strike. A count goes to 1-2. I have to say, Soshi Togo wastes very little time. He gets the ball and he gets right back to the work. So here we go. Here comes the offering as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. As we said, it is a 3-0 lead here for the Giants. They need to get themselves a victory if they want to stay alive in this one. Realistically, they lose this game, they're in a whole host of trouble. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. They win this game, they cut the deficit to 2 games behind the Bay Stars. Bay Stars do have a game in hand. The Giants have 6 games left to play in the season after this, if my math is correct, and the Bay Stars would have 7 after tonight. As here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, drifting back and making the grab is the left fielder for the Giants. And that is going to be Daiki Masuda, who makes the grab. That's going to retire Hayashi for the second out of the inning. And by the looks of it, the DNA Bay Stars are going to the bench as they are bringing up Fujita to hit here. As he gets a nice round of applause, does the pinch hitter. This is Kazuya Fujita, the one-time Yokohama DNA Bay Star, became a Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagle for a long time, and then he came back here to the Bay Stars. Takes a first pitch for a called strike. He's batting .313 on the year, limited at bats. He's only 5 for 16. He's got no homers, no RBIs, and he's entrusted to keep it going here. Fujita is no spring chicken. He is 41 years old. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, and this ball is going to get down for a base hit in front of Lewis Brinson, and that's going to put the runner all the way around to third base. As Hayashi, or check that, as it is going to move the base runner all the way around. It is Yamamoto who goes first to third, and that is going to bring up the top of the order in Sekine. And it's going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout to have a word with his right-hander. That was one of the things I noticed when I was in Japan, is that most of the time the managers just go to the umpire to make the change, which is standard fare, and the pitching coaches come out and get the ball. The only time I noticed that the manager would actually go and get the ball from the pitcher is the manager of the Giants. When the night is done for his pitcher, he goes and gets the ball from the pitching coach. So interesting to see how some of the nuances are that play out in the game. So runners on the corners. It brings the top of the order hitter to the plate in Sekine. The crowd in Yokohama looking to make some noise here. Or is it going to be Sekene? It looks like we may have a pinch hitter here as well. So they are going to the bench yet again. So coming to the bat here for the Bay Stars, this is going to be number 0. This is going to be Oda. So Taishi Oda coming to bat, the former fighter and former Giant. As the first pitch is a split finger pitch swung on and missed. On the season, Oda hitting 197, 4 homers and 12 RBIs. He generally strikes out almost a third of the time. He's waggling the bat here against the right-hander Togo, who kicks and delivers. There's another split finger pitch swung on and missed. And he is in the hole quickly at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Again, bonus coverage here of the Giants and the Bay Stars. Bay Stars down 3-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning as they are hitting here against the Giants. They got runners at the corners with 2 gone. And here's the pitch to Oda. Fastball down. Nice block there by the catcher of the Yomiuri Giants. As we said, we're kind of freestyling a little bit here on this one. I didn't check to see if it is Oshiro behind the plate tonight. As I said, we're doing the bit of the freestyle, so the lineups and everything else. It is Oshiro who made that good stop. And there is a breaking ball swung on and missed. Togo gets himself out of the jam, and the Bay Stars are done here in their half of the inning. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There were a couple of hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. Soshi Togo does the job. I would expect he'll be done for tonight as they're going to the 9th inning, 8-9-1 batters coming to bat. We're not going to stick around tonight, everybody. We wanted to give you a little bit of extra bonus call as the Eagles had walked off the Fighters earlier on a Hiroki Shimochi 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th. And we're going to leave you with that there. I would assume that the Bay Stars have got themselves in a whole host of trouble as they are down 3-0 moving to the 9th against the Yomiuri Giants. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow. We'll post our schedule up sometime later in the day. I would expect us more than likely to be doing the Hawks and the Marines, as that game here tonight will be very interesting, seeing what happens in the game later tonight. It's Roki Sasaki who is going to be taking to the hill for the Marines. If they can get the win, that'll keep them with a couple of game distance, but it'll move the Eagles and the Hawks into a tie for that last playoff spot. So it starts to make things very interesting in the NPB. So once again, your final score is 3-1 for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Hokkaido Nippon-Ham Fighters. We're signing off for the night. We appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks again, everybody, for listening in. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you again soon.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Each smile comes back again. Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather. Happy trails to you until we meet again.